um an absolute shit eater on the wings, just in case.
We are live. Welcome to another wonderful session on Stories in the Multiverse, Dungeons and Dungeons. I do want to say at the top of the stream, great to see Moz Queen and Mr. Drown still hanging around. You two are the absolute best, and I should check if there was any donations from last stream. I always check everything at the start. So what is this, Streamlabs? I'll check that real quick. But while I'm looking for that, you guys tell me what happened last time, huh? What'd you
Everybody but me fucking died.
Yeah, what didn't happen last week?
Why did that happen?
Yeah, who wants to take point? Or I can, but
start with the yin shit.
Yeah. Well, Yin showed up. We got all of our. We tried to nap and go the next day after the whole vampire battle. We woke up and all of our money was gone, and so they thought it was Yin, and then Yin and Yang showed up, and then Evelyn had some spooky psychedelic drug trip number 27 into the Yang world when she got eaten by Yang.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing of note happened there. She gets back out and
breaks the contract.
Yeah, and then Abel and Evelyn got sucker punched by Yin, but got out of their contracts, except they got knocked out.
That hurt.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. The party then traveled with Rasmus to Dawnguard to go interrogate Hadrian's good friend, Kodrick. Hadrian had been told his good mentor Sordin might stop by at some point, but that's in the near future, so that's not an issue. That'll be something when we get there. Yeah, so then we go and we interview Kodrick. Abel manages to kind of convince him that he should talk, and that's a good idea, and we'll keep him safe. And as soon as he opens his mouth, he gets his throat slit by Sordin, who was in the room. Surprise, he's actually here now. We decided, instead of talking things out like civil people, we tried to get into a fist fight and promptly got everyone knocked out or killed in Abel's case, with some awful dice rolls and the fact that we were not ready to fight him. And so Sordin has decided to walk out after sufficiently traumatizing Hadrian and telling him that he can never leave the Crimson Rose. And Rasmus is now left. He offered Killian a job. Killian declined and got a knife in his head.
You sure did.
Yeah, mighty unfortunate, that one. So then Sordin is leaving after having sufficiently traumatizing Hadrian, and Erasmus is now left to deal with whatever this mess is with a traumatized Hadrian who is not helping much.
Oh yeah, and all the Dawnguard that were there got absolutely crushed.
Oh yeah, there was a bunch of he had a bunch of gravity magic, and he turned them into piles of meat.
Yeah,
we don't know if the captain's alive.
Yeah, the captain he got knocked out. We don't know.
Reed rolled.
Oh, I did roll. I remember.
Yeah, he did roll, but we don't know what it was.
I did roll.
He
just
said, okay. Yeah, he just goes, let's do the last roll. Interesting. And then left it at that. That was funny.
And I'm just last night. No, Mahua's stabilized. I'm stabilized. Far's 2
Killian,
death savings.
Yeah. Far's 2 death saves lost. So 2 fails. Killian has not made a single save, and Hadrian is traumatized and not doing much.
And I will be rolling with disadvantage today.
Yes.
Okay.
He is traumatized.
Pain.
The footsteps of Sordin finally stop echoing through the halls as he leaves this interrogation area and holding chambers for the now dead Kodrick, who sits in the room next to the lifeless body of Abel, the stabilized but bleeding body of Evelyn, a shell-shocked and on his knees, just still staring where Sordin once stood, Hadrian. Lord Rasmus has his hands over Evelyn's throat, trying his best to stop her from dying. Inside the hallways, the captain is over on his side, where he got absolutely thrashed into the walls. Further down the hallway, we find both the bodies of Far and Mahua. Far with troubled breathing, irregular breaths, and Mahua stable at the moment, but constantly going through fits of stability and instability, and ending right near the doorway, probably about 15 feet away from the doorway, where Killian is unconscious with the knife buried into his skull. The guard that came in here has been absolutely squished and obliterated, as well as the other guards that were outside the room are all dead. All the Dawn Guard guards were killed. The windows inside, or the glass, is splattered with allied blood all around the room. Where Kodrick was killed, there is terrible blood stains. It is a crime scene. It is one of the lowest, if not the lowest, your team has ever been and has ever faced in their lifetimes. Lord Rasmus looks over to Hadrian. Hadrian, I need you right now. Hadrian, look at me. Hadrian, can you put your hands on Avalon? I know my captain has a diamond on him. We get her up, we get your friends up. Okay?
All right.
Go make a medicine check for me as he's trying to transition you to holding Avalon's throat that was cut by Sordin.
That's not good. 6.
6, okay. Lord Rasmus rushes over towards the body of the captain. He starts rummaging through the captain, and Avalon, make a death saving throw for me.
Oh, wait, are my death saves reset, or are they still at
Yes,
2
it's
fails?
all 0. No, we reset to 0, but you begin bleeding as Hadrian is so shell shocked. He can't keep pressure on the wound.
4.
So 1 fail. You hear Lord Rasmus going, rummaging through the captain again, and words are being exchanged out in the hallways. Hadrian, you can barely hear anything besides the heartbeats in your ears. Give me another medicine check. We are not in initiative order. We are going through this as we go through this.
16.
16. Avalon, you begin to stabilize again. Please roll another death saving throw with advantage this time.
Ooh. $12.
Okay. So you can mark 1 save down. The rushing of feet into the room has both Lord Rasmus and the captain of the guard on his feet as he did stabilize, and Lord Rasmus found his healing kit on him and brought back from unconsciousness the captain, who Lord Rasmus is immediately pointing over to Abel. He is going to attempt to revivify Abel. Lord Rasmus is going to try and help, and Hadrian, I don't know if you want to try and help bring Abel back or not.
I mean, I want to, but I probably should. Probably would do more harm than good.
Keep the hands on Avalon for now. All right,
question.
so Lord
Did you not
Rasmus.
loop the music?
What's that?
Did you not loop the music?
Is it not? Oh, yeah. I didn't loop it. Thanks for reminding me. We got to replay it. A little control copy, control paste. Nope. And then loop. There we go. Good call. Lord Rasmus is going to use a medicine check to try and help bring Abel back to life. Okay.
I'm scared.
Yeah, that does not inspire confidence.
And the captain takes out the crystal, and we cast the revivify spell. I don't have my other camera set up. I'm not moving that camera, so we don't get as much of the intense tension as we normally do.
Unfortunate.
So here we go.
Oh, please.
Oh boy.
Do we get to see it?
Dice
Oh no, that's
gods.
right. You don't have the other camera set
Yeah, it
up.
doesn't have it
I
set
don't
up.
have the other camera set up. I can take a picture of it.
That's all right.
Oh boy.
That's all right.
Dice,
Oh, it's-
dice gods, please.
Abel, you find yourself drifting through an endless black sea. You struggle to remember your name, your purpose, or where you are in this world and what is going on. The blackness seems endless, but as you open your mouth, you can feel this water all around you as you slowly drift down to this bottomless blackness. But then the light shines, piercing the darkness. On the horizon, you are able to start to right yourself as then you are able to look towards a giant, many times the size of yourself, red eye with a lizard or cat-like slash in the middle of it as it stares at you. And you can just feel the water begin to bubble around you as this red glow starts to encompass the entirety of the area.
Is it like, is the water getting warmer as this happens?
Slightly.
Or is it?
Slightly. And you hear a lost soul drifting through the winds of my waters. Do you need help, my little fish friend?
Who are you?
Who are you to be in my waters?
I don't know how I got here. I'm sorry if I'm trespassing.
Fear will get you destroyed in these waters. Kindness is not found in the fathoms. Another eye opposite behind you opens, red, similar slash. The water gets even warmer.
I'm gonna kind of like instinctively back up. What would you have me be?
I would have you be a great many things. The eyes start swirling around you, slowly though, as they're almost looks like you can't make out any bodies of what the eyes are attached to or whatever entity, but they are massive, like the moon on the horizon of the ocean that you've remembered so many times in the past. You have potential. There are many uses for you, and even someone vouches for you.
You said I don't know, like I don't know anything right now. Like,
You were death strips you of everything in a way. Many times you are lost until you are found when you pass on to the next worlds. Understanding what is happening is normally something that happens retrospectively, and you are just you as best you can be right now. You do not have your memories of the past. You just have instincts, alignment. Who Abel is deep down is still Abel. You just don't have information. So a burden of confusion is upon you and all who just find themselves in the afterlife.
Because I'm definitely getting some very evil intentions from this thing. I don't think Abel likes that.
Fucking judgmental, but all right.
You do realize how you presented this, right?
Oh,
um,
you're the player.
Earlier you said that kindness isn't a good thing.
Kindness has no space in the fathoms, only domination.
If kindness doesn't have a place in the fathoms, then I don't know if I have a place in the fathoms.
Splitting the top of the seas, a spotlight shines upon you. A familiar warmth hits you, almost cooling the waters that you now realize were burning you. And as the eyes stop swirling around you, you can make out the outlines of some serpentine leviathan-like creature that has been circling you almost as prey. And in this moment, it makes an instinct, makes a choice, and begins to rush at you. And as its maw looks to swallow you whole, you see a larger-than-life Triton come down, stopping it just before its jaws swallow you whole. And in that moment, you feel yourself as the Triton returns out of the water. You come with it, carried by the spotlight, as you get a glimpse of this, I have forgotten what they're called, Triton looking creature, but it's mixed with almost fish and mermaid like fins and colors, beautiful blues, reds, and whites. It resembles that of some of the most beautiful fish you've ever seen on the ocean, but even so, it's more than words can express. And you see the face as you finally emerge out of the waters onto the most beautiful sunset you've ever seen, as this avatar in front of you, gigantic among the ocean. It's humanoid merged with fish-like form. No words are said, but you make eye contact and you know it to be Nasui. And in that moment, you find yourself back inside the room where your friends have fallen.
Thank fucking God.
Yes!
On
my God, you almost
Rasmus's medicine check, he rolled a natural 20.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you rolled a natural one with the way you made that face.
Yeah,
right.
right.
True.
You are a good poker face.
Oh,
You know? I mean, you could have done other stuff too. You didn't.
Yeah, you could have
You
accepted
stuck
it.
to
You
your
could-
morals and stood by your God until they saved
When
you.
I said that line, by the way, when I said that line about like I don't know if I have a place in the fathoms, if I was like, this is the end of Abel right here. Like, this is the last thing he says in this campaign.
Yeah, I was about to say this is gonna be it.
Because like
Ukatoan, man.
I almost did, and I was like, I can't. Like he wouldn't.
Yeah, I
His
was like,
face
ooh.
would not.
How long has this all taken place? Like,
Oh, probably like
Shit,
less than a
shit.
second for us. Less than a second for us.
yeah.
We're all out. Also,
As soon
we're
as
not
the
up.
gems, the diamond breaks and the dust goes over the body, Abel is immediately awake.
Oh, what the hell? What the hell happened?
Immediately lay on hands. 2 points of healing from the captain. You guys are. I rolled 16 last week on the captain's last death saving throw. He had 2 fails,
2 points of healing, you said?
successes.
I don't
Yep.
anymore.
Right over to
my God.
Avalon as he gets Avalon up, and then
Oh, I got healing.
he healed you for
Yes.
2 with his lay on hands. So he immediately
Yes.
collapses over against the wall as he's trying to catch his breath. And Lord Rasmus goes, "Let's go check on the others." Far, I need you to
Oh, no.
make a death saving throw.
Oh,
Killian, I need
shit.
you to make a death saving throw. Mahua,
Let's
I need you to
go.
make a death saving throw. Oh, you stabilize. You're boring and you just don't want to play the game. Cool. Love it.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is a natural 20.
Oh! Oh! You gain 1 hit point and you are awake. Killian, you immediately feel a rush as an instinct inside you screams that your friends need you. But the blackness around you threatens to swallow you whole. It threatens to take you away from this world. And you find yourself in a beautiful elven, I would say, like, how do I want to describe this? Almost like a forest garden on the top of a mountain. It's calm, it's peaceful. It's like an oasis of sorts, but nothing tropical. These seem to be winter flora and trees surrounding you. Many pines and maple. And in the center, you can see symbology all around these rocks. Sitting with his feet crossed, you see your echo.
Oh. Can I make a check to see if I recognize any of the symbology or no?
When you wake up,
When you wake up, cool. Okay, so I'm still in the dream state.
as the echo gets up, walks towards you, and as you try to make out the facial structure of just this shadow, it grips your arm that you didn't even know instinctively. As it raised its arm, your arm was raised as well, almost as if the echo was controlling you here. And as soon as he grabs your forearm, you shatter into glass and immediately wake up back inside the room.
This echo shit is so ominous all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
Far,
Ugh.
what did you roll?
An 8.
Far stops breathing.
Oh, God.
What are we doing?
Wait, did we get inspiration for the week?
We did. So you could roll it. It was a D6. It is worth trying not to die, Far, I would imagine, if you want to roll your D6.
I would think,
inspiration.
yeah.
You want
Yeah.
the D6. I would.
You have an 8, so you have a decent percentage to not die here.
I got a 5 on my inspiration. So
You
that's 13.
you stabilize, right? Or you no one
That's
No,
it.
it's just one
Success.
save. That's just one
Okay,
save.
we got time then. We got time.
Ugh.
Evelyn,
shit.
you come too.
Fuck. And I look around. What can I see when I open my eyes and look around?
You see a horrible-looking Abel leaning against the wall, getting with Lord Rasmus leading him up. You can see the captain of Lord Rasmus's guards, basically passed out against the wall inside the room. You see Hadrian back on so he's on his knees, but you know where you're sitting on your heels and just covered in your blood, in the blood of others, as he is just wide-eyed and just totally shell-shocked. The door is open, and you can see the feet, the boots of Far, just outside the door frame, they look as still as stone.
I just get up and say, I'm like, shit, and I stand in the doorway. Can I see everybody?
You can
if I'm in the
clearly
doorway?
see Far unconscious, Mahua unconscious, and at the far end of the hallway, you start to see a Killian begin to stir as he's like rolling around, and as he tries to get up, the body collapses, and he's trying to push himself up again.
Okay. So I'm like, shit, and I'm like, all right. And I grab my holy symbol and I cast Mass Healing Word.
Yes.
And I'm gonna target Far, Mahua, Abel, Killian, Rasmus, and the captain.
You got it.
And anybody. And Far automatically gets max amount because he's unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if stabilized people get max. It says if they're unconscious or.
Yeah, if they have 0 hit points, it's max.
Okay, so then you automatically get 7 hit points as well, Mahua. So Far, Mahua gets 7, and then I got to roll for everybody else. So 1d4.
I just can't believe you named everybody but me.
Cry about it, Hadrian.
You
Cry
locked
about
it.
it.
Literally, like,
Your fight. And like, wasn't he like making an example?
He was.
6.
Yeah,
Yes.
I heard him say that 6. So Killian, Abel gets 6, Rasmus gets 6, and the captain gets 6.
Gotcha.
All right.
Everybody
And I-
has health. The group has survived a potential TPK. Well, almost. Hadrian would have been all alone, and we could have had the Hadrian show.
almost
Sounds
had it.
boring.
Damn it!
That's
I've been metagaming
Pain
for
is
this for
very
so long.
Yeah.
I look at Hadrian.
How many Hadrians does it take to fill in a light bulb?
Right. I look at Hadrian and I'm like, "Are you hurt?"
I'm just too shocked to respond.
Well,
Like,
You
If I'm not
perceive emotional damage at the very least.
Emotional damage.
okay.
I can't even process how to answer that question right now.
Probably the most vulnerable you've all seen Hadrian. In the past, he's been so calm, cool, collective, always planning ahead, always being one step ahead of you guys or having another deep, dark secret to unlock. He looks vulnerable for the probably first time, minus like normal fights and being like, they're gonna stab me in the throat. Like vulnerable as a being in this world.
So, I look at him and I can see that he's vulnerable and he's like completely just. And I'm like, all right, we need to get some answers, Hadrian. I need you, and I'll cast that 2nd level calm emotions on him
That's
to
awesome.
try to
Yeah.
to try to calm his anxiety and his fear and whatnot.
Does
So
he have to make a saving throw?
if he wants to, if he doesn't
Yeah,
want to,
I wouldn't make a saving throw against that.
Yeah,
I just-
so you no longer roll with disadvantage unless Sordin is in your visible sight.
yeah,
Little sight.
That's a
You're-
mighty concerning.
yeah, it doesn't.
Is he in my visible sight? Do I need to roll perception?
Where is he? Where is he?
Yeah,
Um,
it doesn't stop you from being scared. It just calms you
You
right
might.
now.
Yeah, so you are now. You feel safer with your friends up. You felt utterly alone, even with Lord Rasmus near you, but with the entirety of your friends, and the power of magic and love, and I am Sailor Moon, you guys are able to stabilize Hadrian and
And then
get him
So
to come
everybody's
to.
pretty much just like okay now, right?
Everybody's okay. The room's a mess. Everything's a
They're
mess.
not
Things
dead.
are a mess.
Everyone's not dead.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, we
I'm
need
like-
to get.
I'm
We
like,
need to get out of here.
yeah,
As-
Hadrian.
As Killian gets up, he's gonna have that adrenaline kind of rushing now of having that whatever the echo thing was. He's gonna use second wind just to get anything back.
Sure.
So that's what is that? Where'd it go? That is 1d10 plus 7. Let's see here.
I also like to
Where's-
imagine that Abel has now a permanent scar across the right side of his face.
Where's my D10?
That's,
Why can't I fucking
that's a
find my
good
detail?
idea. I would say it's
Yep.
still raw. It's probably not going to scar over
Wow.
for a few days
Oh, yeah.
in our magic world, but yep.
That is
Yeah.
12 hit points back.
It's still
pretty
acting
good.
bleeding for him.
Yeah, and even with this, Killian has like a pounding headache, and he puts his hand up to his head, and you could feel the dagger still in there. He's like, He'll look up. Can you see Evelyn through the door? Like, is he?
Oh, hey,
close
she's in the
enough?
hall. She's in the hallway.
Oh, the
now,
hall?
yes. Yeah,
Yeah, he'll
she's
he'll
been
look at
healing.
Evelyn and go, should I take that out? Or does
I'll
that
just-
need to?
I'll
What
just
do I
say,
do with that?
I'll just say like because I was I did a lot of medicine growing up and whatnot, so I said let me do it just to make sure you don't sever anything and so I'll go over and I'll do as carefully as I can with my lot of experience that I have with medicine and healing people and all kinds of injuries, and I'm gonna try to carefully pull it out, not to damage
You
Killian
know
more.
what? Make a medicine check.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I feel like there's gonna be a check with that. Don't
That's
roll
alright.
one,
What?
please. I'm
I
begging
will-
you.
I won't.
Last time someone rolled a medicine
Probably.
check to get something out.
Woo! What is that? 16 plus 6. 22.
You're able to remove the knife, use your magic to heal the wound, and avoid causing any more damage. If you failed this medicine check, Killian, you would have lost a point of intelligence depending on how badly the
He's
the
fuck
knife.
Mookie.
Oh,
Oh, but bring him into that.
That would have been so
Oh my
funny.
God, that would have been so.
And
That's so funny though. That's so funny.
Isn't your info already low?
after I pull it out, I put it to the ground, and then I just pass Sheik, and I'm like, don't worry, you'll be able to lick a rock another day.
Killian's still gonna pick the knife back up. He wants the knife. He just doesn't want it in his head.
And
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
I
you
look
could
around and say,
add a knife to your inventory. It's a +3 knife,
Hey, let's go.
and there is a engraving of a single rose on it.
Bro, a +3 knife.
Wait, is there an actual like knife item in the inventory or
It's
no?
my dagger.
It should be
Yeah,
like
dagger.
a dagger +3 dagger.
it's like a
Okay.
dagger +3.
Okay, yeah.
It's
Sorry.
1d4, but with an additional +3 to hit and damage.
Let's go. I'll take that.
Really good.
Yeah.
Dude,
But
I'll
then-
nearly die for a +3 dagger. Yeah.
Yeah.
game's great.
I'll
That's
lose-
cool.
I'll lose
I'll
one intelligence for a dagger.
I'll have a terrifying experience about whatever the hell my echo is for a +3 dagger. Yeah.
But yeah, after doing that, I look around and say, does anybody else need an immediate medical assistance?
Far.
Abel,
You
Oh.
never fully crossed over to the other side. So just a state of blackness and unconsciousness. What you were hearing, though, as you were getting closer and closer, were the familiar chirping sounds of the forests of home and the humming of your mentor, singing one of your favorite tunes. And it was almost like beckoning you to be reunited. But you knew it wasn't time. You could feel you hadn't earned your name yet. You knew it to be a dream, too far off. And you come back to this world as well once the healing enters your body. You wake up with the worst headache and searing, burning sensations around the cuts that you suffered, as well as the many broken ribs. And I would even say, what are they called, Hunter, on the spine that make up the spinal column?
Vertebrae?
Right?
Yeah, some of the vertebrae are cracked and broken on you as well. Same with you, Mahua. But
Oh.
ow.
But who is his entire neck?
Yeah,
exploded?
Mahua like tried to attack him and then just blacked out, and now he's back with everyone dead. He's like, oh,
Mahua,
Really got 5 checked hard.
he
when
got
you
by.
passed out, it was just this like tranquil drift, endless drift, where you found yourself, and just endless contentment, and it kept being taken away from you. You just kept like drifting towards this endless enlightenment, and then you were back, and then you would start going again, and then you were back, and then finally you come to, surrounded by all your friends.
Did I have anything for when I was...
You didn't
Or
die.
was-
You're fine. No, they've been down a while.
Oh. But, so right after I helped
die.
with Killian, I'm like, does anybody else need immediate attention?
I will pump myself with 15 points of lay on hands, and then I'll give Abel. I mean, not Abel. I'll give Killian the other 15 points.
As soon as Abel steps out of the room and Killian can see like the giant gash, he's like, "What the hell happened to you?"
That's a good question. I passed out, and the. Do I remember what happened?
Yeah, everything's back. Your
Okay.
memories while you're in this world,
And
everything's returning to you.
I had some dreams, and then I woke up with the captain casting some sort of spell over me.
Yeah, it's not gone well.
We need to regroup,
Yeah.
get some rest, because I think we are all a bundle of pain right now. I'll help Hadrian to a seat and like.
I'll help
Yeah.
Far to his feet.
You
if
see
he's
that
not
as
up.
Lord Rasmus
around
is actually ripping armor off the captain. What you guys didn't notice is when that attack and collision happened, so much of the captain's armor caved in. Some of it actually pierced through his back, and that was causing him to bleed out during this entire encounter. So he is currently a shirtless gray dragonborn, and you can see all these different scars all over him. He has his purple eyes, but you also know strange markings all over his body. They are different shades of, they kind of look like tattoos of blacks, whites, and greens all throughout his upper torso of all these intricate designs.
Is he ripped?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
He's a dragonborn and he's ripped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abel will like help Hadrian to his feet and do that kind of like carry they do in the movies where he's got his arm around him.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
Killian will help
I'll
Far
use
to
you
his
as
feet
support.
and Mahua.
You're the one who's-
After
Don't leave
healing
me
everybody and seeing everybody up, I just get hit with after the adrenaline wears off. I get hit with a wave of exhaustion, and I just go to my knees and just like,
Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
oh,
Uh-oh.
those aren't that
Simply
good.
Good word.
Come on, baby.
7.
You have 1 point of exhaustion.
Oh,
Agony.
pain, suffering, death.
Pain, suffering, agony.
Some rest. We need to. I think
When you
we
get
all need to.
revivified, you don't get a point of exhaustion for getting revivified, right?
No,
No,
that's
not
only
revivify.
resurrection. I'm pretty sure does.
Yeah.
It's only like resurrection rituals.
Gotcha.
And
I figured.
just
as
so
much.
Just so I have it right, the only people who knew about Sordin possibly showing up going into this was Far, Hadrian, Mahua, and Rasmus, right? Because he's the only one he mentioned it to.
Yeah, because I don't think you told us.
Yeah. I don't think we were there because we were with the yin shit. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So-
Yes. Lord Rasmus begins looking into all of you, and he's like, "I am so grateful for all of you, but we need to find a place to rest and regroup, whatever that was." Well, I think we know what that was. As he looks at Hadrian, as he's holding the captain here and looking over to Abel holding Adrian. Come, let's leave.
I agree.
As you guys
Wrong conversations we need to have.
exit out the doors, you see the guards, the 4 guards that were outside prior the cell, have all been murdered by Sordin, you would imagine. And just as you're looking for the platform that originally brought you guys up here, it arrives with probably 10 or so Dawn Guard guards and another Dawn Guard looking captain in the very front, who dwarfs the rest of the guards. The individual has his Dawn Guard armor on, but you can clearly see the gray skin of a Goliath as he is leading this group. And as soon as it comes full, Lord Rasmus at the front, he looks and goes, "There's much to discuss then. Come, you all need aid." And he ushers you all in. The lot of you, many pass out as you guys go down the many stories, the hundreds and hundred feet you originally rose to get to the top of this tower. Some of you are coming in and out of consciousness from the fight and the loss of blood. And eventually you guys go through a wonderful, think like the movies montage of like getting patched up and clerics coming over to heal you, bandages being applied, and just falling between states of consciousness until eventually the group finds themselves inside a very beautiful, architecturally like unique room with the way the arcs are laid out and the in designs that look almost like elvish architecture and script, in an area filled with beautiful greenery and plants. Beds have been laid out with a fountain at the center here, beautiful, and it has the symbology of a sun, but different from the sun that's normally associated with one of the big four gods. This is the sun that has been drawn and symbolized for the people of Dawncall. The place has a wonderful natural smell to it. There is stonework all around for the benches, but comfortable beds have been imported in here where the entire group currently sits. There's no sign of Lord Rasmus. There is no sign of the captain. Outside, you can actually see there's a window where there's a entire sill full of plants growing in through, and looking out the window you can see all out across the Dawnguard mountains, the forest side that you guys walk through to get up. You can even see some of the devastation of the mountains. It just gives a breathtaking view of where you guys just walk from. And there's a door opposite that window, and then two walls that are just covered in plants and greenery, as your entire group has gotten a full rest at this point.
Oh,
Let's go.
Long
Thank
rest.
God.
yeah.
Double U.
You lose any exhaustion conditions if you get your long rest. Or 1
Sweet.
point of it.
Yeah, you're 1 point.
And then a long rest, you heal completely, or
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 And I'm no longer poisoned, right?
No.
Very good.
There
I like that you're
is-
like, I'm gonna make everything a disadvantage, but you were already poisoned.
Yeah, you're already
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Anyways,
There's a knock at the door, and then it opens, and you can see the same Goliath walk through with a half-elf next to him, both helmets off, swords at their sides. The Goliath actually has a glaive for his weapon of choice that he leans against the walls. He sits down onto one of the marble stone benches that are inside this room. The other leans against the wall behind him, taking in the group with a smirk on his face. And the Goliath introduces himself. I am Anrath, Falling Sun. I am the leader of Dawnguard here. There was quite the commotion that happened up in our cells. I'd like to get to the bottom and figure out what happened. You all had grievous wounds, to say the least. So, I'm here to hear your story. What happened?
Abel will tell him every detail that he can.
Okay. Saves a lot of time.
Yeah, Killian will fill him in any detail from the
Yeah.
outside of him offering him a job and putting a knife in his head.
And he will also, like, kind of, when he tells the story,
Mm-hmm.
I think he will kind of emphasize the fact that Sordin had indoctrinated these two guys, being Kodrick and Hadrian,
Mm-hmm.
just to kind of paint them in a more sympathetic light.
Make a charisma check.
And whenever
Persuasion.
Killian is informing him, he will leave out the detail of Far's ghost thing, like showing up at all. He'll skim over that. Never mention that.
You said persuasion, right?
Yes.
25.
Okay. The leader never interrupts you, listens the entire time. The half-elf leaning against the wall, his eyes gloss over and get bored through sections of the recounting of the story, but by the end, you see Anrath nod and go, I believe you. I believe you all. This is a most unfortunate experience to have within my cities and under my watch. And in our haste to try and learn more about the enemies we now share, great misfortune has befallen us, and friends and families alike. None of you are prisoners of Dawncall. You are all free to go as you wish. Your friend, High Prince or High Lord, depends on. As he looks over to the half elf, and you see him go like titles at the times. He's been out and about during the day, checking on his men, as you were with the group as well, that entered in and were attacked on the road by what has been reported to be a coalition of vampires known as the Altar of Shadows. I feel sorrow, for it looks like our times of peace are slowly eroding away as more troubles seem to find these lands. And unfortunately, I think you all have found yourself near the eye of the storm. We are going to talk more with Lord Rasmus to figure out a way forward. Your information has been essential. And if you share in our cause, we are happy to hear what you may be able to contribute into trying to find peace among our lands. I don't know if our goals are exactly aligned as Lord Rasmus's is, but we want peace within our kingdoms and within our lands. Food will be brought for you in a short while. You probably have much to discuss between yourselves. I will leave now. If you have any other questions, please go and ask my lieutenant here, Marauder Karenbad. He'll take care of you. He nods and then leaves. You see Marauder Karenbad look at your group, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to be downstairs, so you have your special time with yourselves. You let me know what you need, and I'll tell you if I give a shit to help you. You know, you sort of caused a lot of problems today, so, like, logistics. Like, we'll talk it out. And then he leaves after.
Before he leaves, can I say,
yeah, he's right at the door.
yeah, I'll be like, was there a body of the prisoner left?
Yes, there was. It's being examined at the moment.
Does it have an intact skull?
That would be too easy, now wouldn't it?
Well, never hurts to try.
No. But like minds think alike. Our clerics were hoping for the same. The individual knew what they were doing. They
Yeah.
just makes a gesture for a bashed-in skull, and then leaves.
Abel is gonna try and speak to Hadrian
In front of the group or separately?
separately.
Like, how big is this room we're in? Or, yeah.
25 by 25.
So, is it possible to even have private conversations in that room?
Absolutely not.
No.
I imagine we're allowed to like leave the room. We're not prisoners.
Yeah.
So I'll probably just pull him out of the room. And I will and Abel will look at him and says, I owe you an apology. You know, as I learned more about you from and about your dealings from Lord Rasmus, I kind of treated you like, you know, scum of the earth and all that stuff. But what I saw in that room what Sorden was saying, he abused you, didn't he? He indoctrinated you just like he did to Kodrick, right?
Hadrian's just in a nod. He won't respond, but he'll kind of affirm what he was saying.
Abel will just like kind of put a hand on his shoulder and he goes,
Fucking
I want you to know, first and foremost, that I don't blame you for the actions of the Crimson Rose anymore. And, I mean, I feel like we're kind of at a crossroads here, but I want to go after him. Not just because, you know, doing so can help me find my brother and all that stuff. And that is still important to me, but they killed Kodrick in there. They abused you and Kodrick, and they're gonna kill and hurt so many more people if we just don't do anything. So if you're in, I'm going after these guys.
I'm gonna nod my head no to that.
That's all right.
I won't say anything.
And then I will go back into the common room.
Yeah, I'll stay out in the hall for like another minute, and I'll probably follow you back in. Hi, Reed.
Hello there.
Yeah, welcome back to this side of the camera.
General Kenobi.
What do you need? Do you need more DM stuff, or are you guys still RPing?
No,
We're still going. We're still going.
Delicious.
Oh,
Well, you
Abel
have
and
to
I are
stay.
back in the room now.
Yeah, inside the room, whenever they leave, I guess, Killian's just gonna turn to the rest of them and go, that was a mess. Anyone got an opinion on that?
I think I didn't feel confident in that fight whatsoever.
Oh yeah, no, we
But-
got our shit stomped.
But I mean, if anything, I think it gives us a good reality check that sometimes, you know, as much as we were kicking ass the past few days, it's not always enough. And while I personally am not afraid of death, I still have things I want to accomplish before I get there, so I'm not in a hurry to get there. And so I feel like we need to take this as a lesson in feeling things out instead of rushing into things head first.
Killian, as you've like turned to like address the group, you do pick up on the vibe that who's been kind of somber. He hasn't really said anything.
Well,
He's
yeah, I was
normally
gonna
pretty
get to that.
talkative.
Yeah. You good there, Mahua? You haven't said anything for the past while. You seem out of it.
Just wish I had done more. I was inspecting everybody outside of the room. Missed him.
I
I
mean,
think to check those who are already in there. And it would have made a difference if I had noticed him away.
that's true, but I don't think you should worry about beating yourself up over what you can't do or what you didn't do.
For what
Yeah.
it's worth, I don't hold any malice or contempt over it. I think we all did the best we could with the hand we were dealt. And then
It just hurts.
always does.
Yep.
And then I look at Far and I'm like, "How you feeling, Far? You look pretty beat up when I came to consciousness."
I mean, most of us were pretty beat up at that point. Don't know
Yeah.
if you were aware.
Oh, I saw a lot of it. Yeah. But his breathing was really rigid, so I was kind of concerned that I wasn't going to get to him in time.
Kind of like looks over at you and goes, "Yeah, I didn't expect to be in that position," and then kind of like turns away. You can see he's still like fidgeting when he turns. You know, if he has broken vertebrae and stuff, like that's not gonna heal immediately.
Magic does help, so it's not like you're
Is-
unfunctional.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
muted, Reed. Yeah, you're muted.
Magic does help. I was trying not to get the echo over Hunter in the other room.
Yeah.
Magic does help. So the bit of flavoring, though, yes, you do have like broken vertebrae, but it's almost like this because of magical healing and a full rest. Now it sort of makes it to a point of which like it's just horribly sore and almost like bruised bone now. It's not
Okay.
unfunctionable. Like a lot of you have like broken ribs, broken bones, but with magic spells in this world, the way you've healed now, it just feels like they're all bruised at this point. They
Okay.
function. It's not going to be something that is going to be debilitating or paralyzing at this point, because magic, baby. Unless you guys want to play with festering injuries, that's actually a whole other thing. But I think we're good at them.
Oh God, no.
Oh, yeah.
This
But
is life.
I was I'll just look at Killian and say, "How are you holding up?"
I mean, I woke up with a knife in my head, so there's only so well you can do at that point. Used to getting beat to shit, so not quite with a giant magic black hole, but you know, that's a whole nother thing, huh?
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I don't think that knife did any more damage than what already was up there. And I smile as I say it, just as a joking manner.
Okay. And DM, you said this room.
Yeah.
There's like another door that we don't know where it goes, right? In this
No.
room?
No, the door
No?
leads to the hallway. There's just
Oh, it leads to the hallway. Okay, I thought you said
there's
there's
a
two
door.
Where
doors.
did you
There's a
manifest
door
this?
opposite a window. Yeah, I don't. I said there was two. There's 4 walls. One
Yeah,
has a
okay.
window that looks overlooks the
Yeah.
valley.
I don't know. I was thinking there was a balcony for some reason. There was a door that you said. I don't know why I'm schizophrenic.
Just a window. Just a window.
Yeah, just a window. Just a window. Okay, never mind.
Abel and Hadrian back in the room now.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd
that's
assume they're
Well,
coming.
yeah, because we didn't have a super long conversation.
Yeah.
So as they come in, I just want to say, things were, things happened really fast, but I wanted to thank you, Hadrian, because you know, when I came to consciousness, you know, I saw you, and I felt you trying to help with the bleeding, and I appreciate it.
Did I even help?
You did to a degree, yes.
Okay.
Well,
You
that's the
did.
first thing I saw, so
yeah,
I mean,
too, as well.
I'm assuming to myself that he helped. I don't know
Yeah.
about anything
She
else.
she doesn't know the details of like Rasmus stabilized, and then you kept her from immediately bleeding out.
Yeah.
But you still did help to a degree. If you did nothing, she would have just been taking damage and immediately failing death saves.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And I'm like, well, I'll tell you one thing. I don't feel like staying in this room all day. I need to figure out what's going on around there. Does anybody want to come and look around?
Around where?
Just out of this room. It's too.
I need to talk to some folks about maybe getting some new equipment because
That's true. Yeah.
I'm lacking right now.
So, Hadrian, that was your boss that just showed up and beat us all to hell? Is that what I got out of that?
Former boss.
Former boss. Yeah, no, that's rough, buddy.
I hate
He's-
you for saying that. You had to say that, didn't you?
Be like, yeah, you.
That's not the angle I was going for, but hey, if you want it, go nuts, pal.
Yeah, guy's definitely a prick. That's for sure.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Right now, Abel's gonna go look for that person who was like, if you guys need anything, let me know.
So, you
That
tell
house
me-
help, I want to say.
Yes,
Okay,
Marauder.
Marauder.
Adrian's gonna stay in the room. He won't go anywhere.
Here we go. I'm gonna change the music.
Because I wanted to get out of the room anyway. So
Stop, Gra.
Another combat encounter.
You betcha. I healed you. I gotta beat you up again.
yay!
So,
What the fuck is that?
so, as you leave down the hallway, you find you're inside what is almost like a ward for homeless, and there are like clean sanitary showers. There is food, banquets and halls in certain places. And when you get to the end of the hallway, it's more of those platforms that raise and fall from arcane symbols. And as it uses gravitation, magic, dunamancy, it falls back to the first floor gently with whoever decided to come down. We can see Marauder in the lobby area where a multitude of different humanitarians in Dawncarl are talking with one another. It's open down here in the area in the lobby room, so the pillars themselves are opened up, and you can actually hear you know what, I would say you could hear the ticking of the clock that is in the town square center of where you guys are at. It is a bright sunny day. This is a little too happy for you guys. It's a little too happy.
It's a little too happy for our curtains.
Yeah, too happy
That's a
for
little too
getting
happy.
beat to shit.
Yeah, let's go a little
Bit more somber.
A little more somber. Yeah, this is a little more somber. Okay. Still upbeat. It should be upbeat. We're not going to be depressed the whole fucking game. Unless you guys make more decisions that are annoying. So then you can be. If you want to be, you can. It's always your
Stop
choice.
making bad decisions. Do my
This is a
decisions.
significant improvement.
Second.
Abel is. Oh, man.
Okay.
What the? Ah!
Abel, Evelyn, who else went down?
I think just them.
Just them, okay?
Oh wait, now? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone else was still in the room.
Oh,
Everybody
alright.
else still in the room. Food is brought in. It's a multitude
Yeah.
of different like porridges, and some of them are more like jambalaya stews with different meats and stuff on. There's a
Sounds so good
selection
right now.
of 2 different pots that are brought to you with selected breads and cheeses. Everything's very modest. It looks like higher end rations, but generous and delicious. The spices are wonderful. They're not anything like the spices you remember Hadrian and Rumble. Those were way more aggressive in attack. These are more and more like sweet, sour, flavorful in a different aspect. The Rumble spices are more about an experience of sorts.
I turn to Far. You should try this stew. It's a local delicacy. It's actually quite good.
Okay. We'll start eating.
It's quite good.
Yeah.
Abel, Evelyn, you approach Marauder, who is talking at the desk and currently flirting with one of the elfish women who are behind the counter in humanitarian uniform.
Does the Alex woman look like she's like flirting back, or is he just kind of?
Not a
Flirting.
bother, but she's being professional, and he's clearly just being himself.
Well, then I'll just do. Then I'll interrupt and I'll be like, "Hey, I was wondering."
Oh yeah. Well, another time then. As she walks away. Yes. What can I do here for?
I was wondering if you guys had any kind of leftover equipment I could take. I kind of lost a lot of my armor in days.
I could really use a shield. I had a.
I lost my shield.
I lost my shield.
Don't worry, Captain's orders. I'm happy to re-outfit you and send you on your way for whatever you must have lost inside that encounter. Regardless of the ways it is, yeah, I'll get you and your group everything. We'll give you rations and what you need. The very skin off our backs. It is the Dawn Guard way.
What kind of armor do you guys have?
I mean, he just sort of gestures to his looser fitting light armor, and then over to some of the people that have heavier armor. He's like, the armories are a bit across town. We don't really keep them near our homeless shelter here, so we We could take a walk.
Put us
down
up in the
there if you
homeless
want.
shelter.
I would love to take a walk down to the armory.
Me too.
Come with then. Will your other friends be joining us?
I'm gonna go run up there and ask real quick,
Yeah.
and then I'll just like run upstairs real quick and be like, "Does anyone want to come to the armory with us?"
I'm pretty good.
All right,
Whatever.
I just wanted to make sure, and then I'll run back down and be like,
Mhm.
"All right, yeah, it's just gonna be us."
Okay, pretty good. As you were waiting, he looked you up, Avalon, up and down.
Oh no.
Not in a flirtatious way, but do you need new
Sizing up your
clothes?
threats.
I mean, these are a little stained, I guess. So yeah, it would be nice to get something.
Your clothes are horribly stained with a massive amount of cuts and gouges that are now like healed over. Classic like Goku style when like there's used to be giant holes in him, but the
It's
sensu
me,
bean has
Goku.
made it totally fine. And you're like,
When do we fight Goku, Reed?
I'm just trying to be
Never.
nice and be
Oh,
modest, but yeah, it's pretty. I imagine getting cut from the throat. My whole shirt's probably just soaked red. Like, yeah.
basically
So
at this point, yeah.
yeah, I was like, yeah, new change of attire would be appreciated.
They did their best to clean you guys up and heal you, but they did not change you out of your clothes. Out of respect for other faiths, that is a big taboo for. As you guys, as Abel returns, Avalon, Abel, and Marauder begin walking through the streets of Dawnguard. The place is filled with excitement and somberness at the recent deaths and attacks have people on edge, but the place is beautiful. The architecture really sticks out in the place of Dawnguard. It screams of shapes that are architectural miracles, that they support structures, but also have a beautiful artistic approach to celebrating both the being condition, equivalent of human condition, and ingenuity. Going through the markets, you can hear people going like still as it goes, like fresh imported fish, come here, you got rings, anybody want rings? Trips to the Astral Sea, who would like to go to the Astral Sea? I have a few more for me in today I can send to the Astral Sea. I've gotten help. Two-way trip now. We've gotten people to come back. It's very good news. It's very good news.
I'm gonna note that down so I can tell Moo. Like, oh,
Yeah.
they got two-way trips now.
Yeah, I was gonna lean over and be like, "Isn't that the place Mahua was trying to get to?"
Yeah, I saw him talking to that guy when we came into town originally, but he didn't seem to take him up on the offer.
Y'all were off getting healed. Y'all didn't see that.
Oh, was that? Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
one
y'all
saw him
didn't see
before.
shit.
Yeah, that's why I was asking because I wasn't there when. he
Yeah,
went there.
neither of you were actually. You were the two that weren't there.
Strike it from the record.
Yeah, so I
Yeah,
just,
that,
Gone.
we'll have to let Mahua know about that. I'm sure he'd appreciate it.
for sure.
As you guys walk through town, there's a big hub that's sort of returning some excitement and joy. As you can see children laughing and excitement. Pop-up stands have all surrounded what you both perceive as a giant honey badger in
Ooh,
Dawnguard armor that is just chinchillin in the middle of one of the open squares in the city, and it's just sitting there ignoring everybody as kids are playing on top of it, running around with it. People are laying and sleeping, and it is just chilling in the sun.
is it a real one?
It's a gigantic honey badger, yes. It's breathing.
Oh my god! I immediately just bolt off towards it.
Okay.
I just lit away, and I'm like, oh!
You see Marauder being like, oh, are we... Okay.
And as soon as I get up to it, I start giving it scritches, and I'm like, oh my god, you're so beautiful!
It is
What a
extremely
lovely-
fluffy. It actually
Oh.
smells of a particular, like, flowery scent. And it is totally indifferent to your scritches.
That's okay. I'm just like, oh, you're a beautiful creature. Oh, such an honor. As I'm just petting it.
Mm-hmm.
And after petting it for a bit, then I'll get back to them and I'll be like, sorry. That was just... It was too cute not to go.
I mean, understandably, it's a giant badger. So
Is that do giant honey badgers normally
no,
kind of?
no,
Well,
definitely
okay,
not.
that's That's new.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is. It's a special sign. Someone special must be here from Dawn Call itself within the city. So
I, I look. I tell you, I'm like, wow. I'm like, this place is amazing. I'm like, it's a shame that I didn't find it sooner instead of staying in Iron Hollow like I did, being in the alleys and whatnot. This place is a lot better equipped for wanderers.
yeah, we try to do that everywhere here in Dawn Call. Where were you staying?
Here and there. I was in Iron Hollow for a couple years. Never really had my own place. I was kind of trying to get by ends meet, just scavenging what I could and sleeping where I could, where it was warm.
Interesting to know. It sounds like Iron Hollow is slacking on their Dog Call pledge.
Oh,
Good.
that's one word for it.
I mean, to be fair, offered to buy everybody rooms, and you chose to sleep in the streets.
No, that was I felt more comfortable as I was sleeping in the streets for many years. It's not a preference, but considering it was
That sounds like a preference because you chose to do it.
yeah, well,
After
I mean,
offered to buy you a room.
yeah, well, I was skeptical, and it seemed like a safer choice than being a random room that somebody's getting for you.
Interesting. Well, all right. We should probably continue on our way then to the armory. Trips to the Astral Sea. Two-way trips now. 2 ways. We figured it out. We can send you one way and probably bring you back the other. Fish, get your fish. I got bread. I got bread this morning. Who needs bread? You need bread? So your group leaves the gigantic honey badger that you found and move on toward the armory. When you get to the armory, oh, bullshit. They take good care of you, Hunter. There's pizza here for you, not for me. You guys get to the armory, and you see uniformly organized are shields, swords, spears, glaives, short swords, long swords, so on and so forth. And you see Marauder go, help yourself.
All right. Is there? All right. I'm gonna swing high first. Is there plate armor in here?
Yes.
Oh, I will take plate armor, and then I will take the best shield that I can.
Yeah, same.
Dawn Guard plate armor and Dawn Guard shield, they're all normal abilities, but you can add plate armor and just know it has the symbologies of Dawn Call on it, which is the rising sun over the mountains. And the shields, they have a variety of sizes. Shields that go all the way down to the feet. Shields that are more like the circular Vikings might use, that are more mobile. They even have the really small ones that are called, come on, help me.
Bucklers.
Bucklers, thank you. They are all beautifully, uniformly laid out.
Yeah, I pick one up and I'm like, oh, it's much better now. Feel a lot better. Thank you so much.
Definitely. Just,
Yeah, I very much appreciate this.
It is the kindness of the people of Dawn Call. We look after one another.
So you were asking about a change of attire. Where could I procure?
Oh, sure, yes. And then you go next door, and they have it set up in a utilitarian way where it's almost like a supply line or a conveyor belt. Say it again, Hunter. Assembly line. Thank you. Like an assembly line where they can, get their soldiers uniformed, get them armed, and so forth. You go into there, and there is basically all colors that are green, silver, and white inside here in combinations for Dawn Guard, and they have their patches on them as well. And you see just a gesture of like, feel free to choose clean clothes for you and your compatriots.
Oh, thank you. I'll grab a pair for myself, and I ask Abel. I'm like, do you think anybody would be interested in an extra pair of uniforms or anything?
I mean,
We-
I'm sure it wouldn't hurt. Worst case scenario, we return it if we don't need it.
That's true. And I'll grab some for everybody.
Sure. So everybody, you get a copy of just about everybody's sizing. You're guessing like, yeah, I think they're about this.
Yeah.
I know Killian's size
Cool.
Okay.
for sure.
Oh,
All right.
I didn't grow up with him to not know that he's a medium.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys return back through the streets on this warm day, and when you get back to your group, you're able to find some of the food there and eat with that as the door knocks once again, and you are joined by Lord Rasmus, the captain, and 5 guards from Lord Rasmus's army. And that's where we'll take our first break.
Right.
Hell yeah. 21 AC. I'm feeling good again. I'm feeling good
16,
again.
16 AC. I'm happy.
Thank God Abel's alive. Holy shit! I didn't.
I would
think
like
it
to
happened.
say that dagger is nasty.
Yeah, that is a
Dear
nasty
God.
And that was in your head.
No, that dagger is a plus 11 to hit.
Yeah.
What?
I for sure thought Abel was gonna die
Yeah,
when I
that was it.
when they said I don't think there's a place for me here. Like I was like for sure like those are the last words I say is Abel. Like
Let's say we're getting New Katoa. This is it. This is it.
Out of curiosity, Juan, if you lost 1 intelligence, would that have put you down to like a significant modifier?
I think it would have put me down to a.
I'm gonna go grab
that wouldn't have.
food and drink.
It just would have made it harder to do any rank ups.
That's true.
Behind one.
That's true. Alright, I'll be right back.
Abel moment.
No, I find it so funny how every single one of like the echo things that have happened have been all kind of somewhat innocuous or weird, but they're just so threatening. Every single one of them.
They get more threatening every time. Dude.
Yeah, literally. Well, it's only happened twice, so it's not that big of a jump, but it got more threatening, which is very concerning.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love it. That was so cool. That's not where I expected that. I like that. And don't know what that means. But,
Uh,
I got some. Hopefully, as soon as we get back, I can ask if I could have done some stuff in between y'all being gone. Because I had some stuff I wanted to just try and do. We will find out.
Abel is now officially on his crusade against the
But
girls.
will it actually succeed like any of the real crusades?
Yes. Because
Concerning.
I already say so. It will not.
Alright.
It will not be like the Crusades, but I will succeed.
Exactly, that's how it won't be like it. Just if it fails, then we can have a children's Able crusade where Able sends children to do it. And they will all invariably die on the way.
Abel conscripts child soldiers. He becomes a fucking villain.
Becomes like a Metal Gear villain, just like sending child soldiers to die.
Bro, the villains in this One Piece arc are getting ridiculous. They're literally, they have established that there's like 20 royal families that founded the world government,
Yeah.
and they're called celestial dragons.
Yes.
And they wear like the fucking sandy cheeks bubbles around their heads because they don't want to breathe the same oxygen as common people. I'm getting really close to like the fucking cracked shit in One Piece.
Yeah, you're getting there.
And like, I'm currently in a crazy arc where they're trying to bust Luffy's brother out of prison, and then the next arc is a war arc,
Yeah.
and we know how war arcs go, baby.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Actually, because the most powerful person in the verse right now is gonna pull up.
I would like to point out, so far Killian does not know Abel actually died.
Yeah, I do mean to talk to you about it.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
Know, I haven't. I don't.
Well,
know
no, well, there's a. I'm about to say because it very much there's. Because I don't want to say it. Whether or not how long Killian stays in his contract with the Yen is going to very much depend on that and where it goes. So
Yeah, I Av doesn't know you died either, so that's why.
I don't think anyone really knows besides Hadrian.
Adrian, you, and Rasmus.
I don't know anything. I don't know.
Oh, you don't. Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, it's just Adrian, Rasmus.
No, he just said he got passed out and like had a weird dream and then he got woken up and it's like, oh, okay, I guess he's not. Yeah, but that's a very vague description.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could honestly be it.
Many thoughts, many thoughts. Well, I've got stuff I need to do though as soon as we get back in. Hopefully we can backtrack a bit.
Yeah. See what
I want to
Rasmus
have. I want to have. Well, no, I want to have some conversations before Rasmus shows up. Of us, people still in the room.
Oh, interesting. Fancy.
No, but they put us up at the fucking homeless shelter, man.
I mean, that's better than what Av's been in for most of her.
That's
adult
true.
life.
It's really, yeah, Evelyn trying to defend the fact that she chose to sleep in
Okay,
an
so
alley and not in a room is so
yeah,
funny.
yeah. So I wanted to try to correct that because, like, now that I think about it, what I was trying to get across was that it was kind of like it was more of like out of like a self pity, like me thing.
No, yes, we all know that, but it's better that she didn't say it. It's better that she didn't say
Yeah.
it. Okay.
But so I was just trying to, I just wanted to let you guys know out of gate, like that's what it was. But I was trying to make it be like, oh yeah, I was more comfortable in an alleyway because concrete feels great.
God, no, I'm surprised that Abel shoot went so well. That could have gone real bad.
I thought it was. I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to get.
I was sitting there watching. I was like, if he agrees to be Ukatoa, I'm gonna be surprised.
Right.
There was no version of that where I agreed to that.
Yeah, but so
That had ominous
very sinister things.
bullshit
Sinister things
all
are
over.
yes, sinister things are occurring. Was
Yeah,
written all over that.
Yeah, as soon as it's like kindness is not a thing here, I was just like, oh yeah, that's a deal breaker right there.
Well, Abel's a kind boy.
Kind
Literally his thing.
You're the cinnamon roll.
I need somebody to.
Oh,
I mean, I'm pretty close. Well, I'm not.
just die.
I'm a little chaotic.
Yo, he's got a pizza, bro. He's got pizza.
I do some
Anybody
shitty
who would
things.
be evil, it'd probably be Killian.
Honestly,
That's
no,
not entirely wrong. That's not entirely wrong.
Abel's just hypocritical.
I mean, what? Yeah,
What?
What?
Abel's not hypocritical.
Not
What are you?
Abel,
You're just projecting. Okay, Alan, yeah.
Hey, I was like,
Listen,
Abel's
Abel is absolutely 100%
I'm a
like what he
little-
says he is.
Abel also
Michael,
apologized
you are
to
very
you.
hypocritical.
You are.
I
I'm-
definitely project and I'm definitely hypocritical.
Like that was something like I knew I wanted to do. Was like I was like, Abel wants to apologize to Hadrian because he understands Hadrian now.
You understand?
You get my feels, bro.
This world will know pain.
This world shall know. Yeah. What if I woke up and I had taken a deal and like Abel's first thing is just like, this world shall know pain.
First thing you do is turn into pain. Oh god.
Summons meteors from the sky.
Bro, he literally just gets the piercings, like they just like appear on him.
Oh no. No.
Don't you know? The Renegon is the natural
See Latin chorus starts singing.
Yeah.
That's when you know it's fun.
No, Reed was like, we gotta do something more somber, and he turns on one wing and Angel's like, uh-oh. Oh no.
Yeah, as soon as a choir comes on, you know you're fucked.
You're like, oh no. Oh no.
Especially a Latin choir.
No, that was just the idea of Mahua being like, yeah, I punch him, and then getting the hit like, okay, 35 slashing, 25 slashing. It's like, yeah, I'm out.
Good night, sweet
That was
cuz.
great. Very literal. I'm gonna make pizza after the session's over. I just don't have time until then. I've made my
You
decision.
realize your essay doesn't specify margin sizes, so you can
Ah.
fix them. That's a good feeling.
Just don't go overboard with it because
No, I
Yeah.
just 1.65.
Yeah.
That's max. I totally thought. No, thank God for the inspiration of the Cheryl.
Oh yeah, no, far.
Why
I'm
would we
dying
do
as
that?
well. That would have sucked, wouldn't it? What would, yeah,
Yeah.
what would we have done?
I'm happy you gave me that advantage because my literal first roll on that advantage was a natural one.
Oh god.
No joke. I was
Man.
like, oh shit. And
Well, that's after you would have been stabilized though, so you would have.
well, I mean, I would like to get down to 2 right away, but like, still, that's like scary shit. Then I got an 11, and I'm like, oh, that's a lot better.
I need to like get like deep into Elden Ring now that I own it.
I'm not. I played like 20 hours.
I'm not gonna play all the
What?
because I know I'd get too mad too quickly, so I'm not gonna
There's like.
Elden Ring is so good.
Forget like
You just gotta
first
get good.
boss I should be fighting. Adam,
What?
is Margit the first boss I should be fighting?
Margit is the first major boss you
Yeah,
should
he's
be.
like
Yeah.
the first like main boss, but like is he the first
Only
boss?
the Sentinel because I've heard the tales and I was like, I will avoid that for now.
Sentinel's not bad if you know how to like actually avoid attacks.
I might re-roll my character because like I don't have a build in mind yet. I just kind of picked like top one.
I would with
But just
Arcade.
keep in mind, once you get a little bit into the game, you can fully respec your character.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
No, but I was like, I want to do a magic build, so I picked the mid class dude that is the high score. But Arcade is only good for like thinking.
Kane is, yeah, intelligence is the magic build.
Yeah, and I'd already done something points in the deck, so I was like, I'm
Arcane is more for like
gonna
the weird. Well, it's for like the weird type of magic. So like the blood magic, the Beastmaster magic, the dragon magic, things like that.
I found a Twitter account while we've been sitting at break called Make Up a COD Zombies Fan.
Oh yeah, no, it's very funny. It's
There's
very
one part
Zombies fan that unplugs the router every time they want a dashboard on BO3 and delete. God Zombies fan who thinks
There's
that
one that's make up a tarnished guy.
Yeah,
nice.
that one's amazing.
Make up a tarnished man.
No, it's crazy how
Yeah. The whole thing was wild.
On PC, every game's like that. It's all over.
That's true.
On PlayStation, it's like BO3. It's like, you press PS, you don't hold it, you fucking close that.
I need to save my bubble gum.
I didn't buy any, but I was constantly speedrunning, so I have dashboard in every game. But I still don't think I get
I'm like, so if I ever need to play, I'm just like, I got mods for this.
Yeah, I'm not bothered with like leveling up on VO3. And
Yeah, no. I played for
hit
mods.
Master Prestige once on PS4. I don't need to do it again.
Yeah,
I
I'm good.
don't have anything to prove anymore.
Right.
I'm just there to play mods. I don't care.
Like, yeah, like when we like Master Prestige level 423, I think, on VO3.
I gave my fair share of money for and I hit Prestige Master.
I gave my time and I went out.
So I did my due diligence. Why don't we take Vanguard and push it somewhere else?
Okay. Okay.
Quan finally gets his Godzilla crossover.
It's in Vanguard. It was,
Yeah, and he's like big sad.
sucks.
absolute pain.
Why is it look better, like a better representation of the movie?
What?
The Godzilla and Vanguard crossover.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw the trailer. I was like, oh shit. The first thing I did was I'm like, Quan, I need your opinion.
Yeah, what is your opinion on this? It's like, well, who knows?
I was like, I need to know yourself for knowing it's more so than Vanguard only.
This is true. This is true.
I just wanted things.
No, but I love how we've been sitting here for a week and I'm just like, oh, I want to do this, but I can't because I have disadvantage, so it might not go well. And then literally 5 minutes into the session, it's like, oh, by the way, that's gone. Unless you see sort of. It's like, oh.
Don't worry, guys, I got us.
Don't worry.
You got us? Alright.
Clerics OP with emotions.
Yeah, I want to like push Iron forward, but I know Hadrian would not be the person to do that, so I'm just like sitting still.
You don't have to fight Ragnorum this session.
He said.
Not yet, not yet.
He said
Not yet.
he-
can.
You all do you agree with that statement?
I do not
No.
vote. I vote no. Vote to
I
skip.
do
Vote
not
to skip.
consent
Someone wants
to
to
that
fight
This
statement.
25 by 25 room, we're gonna fight Magnorum.
I do not consent to that
You don't
statement.
want to
You
fight
can run around the room 20 times.
like a challenge rating 35, 40 plus creature or something like that. Who knows?
I
Like,
can't
does it
wait.
matter once it's plus 30.
I can't wait until we get further down the line and I can ask you what the fuck that thing was that was talking to Abel, and like what the consequences are. We're way too close to it.
Yeah,
for
way
me
too close.
But I do want to ask later and be like, what was that?
No.
I would like to ask if those back in the room can have a conversation thing while they're out before we cut to Rasmus. But if
Wait,
not,
are you
then we go to
taking it,
Rasmus.
Honor? Yeah, what do you want? You don't know. Maybe you know. I don't know. Okay, anyway.
That's concerning.
Question for the DM. Did
That's
you
me.
see my DM on like Tuesday or Wednesday?
Oh no, that's oddly specific.
Oh no.
Fucking give me
Because you
That's-
never responded to it. It was the
Was
one after about the disadvantage.
That's concerning. I don't know what that's about.
Here's
I
just like,
talked to you about it.
I like to make things hard.
I like to make things difficult.
We call
Just to
this-
spite you.
We like to call this a difficulty tweak.
Yeah, cool.
Mhm.
Sounds good to me.
Wait.
We're back, by the way. So
Wait, I'm
All right. Could we do a thing while they were out before we cut to Rasmus, or are we gonna cut
yeah,
to
what do you
Rasmus?
want? What do you want? Yeah.
Killian would like, while he's sitting there eating, he'd like to
Fight
think
with
back
those
to those
guys.
weird symbology he saw with his echo thing,
Oh,
and
yeah.
maybe make a check to see if he recognizes it at all.
Make an
Or
Arcana
anything?
check.
Arcana, that's not going to be great, because I'm not good at that. Yeah, no, that's a 1. I'm not noticing anything.
Natural one?
Natural 1! That's nothing.
You don't even remember a single squiggle on the squigglies that were on the squiggly ground.
Oh, nice.
That
Even
was
better.
crazy. There is no even. There's hardly. They were they glowing? Maybe I think they were glow. They could have been glowing or not glowing. Whew.
I hate my dice. That's great.
Yeah, you don't even you don't. Boy, that was such a blur. Was that even real? Probably was a dream. You're probably just hallucinating. I wouldn't worry about it.
Killian would like to kind of, whenever he's done eating, kind of stand up and grab Far and be like, "Hey, Far, I need to talk to you outside in the hallway about something. Need your opinion on something, real quick."
Yeah, Fire, when you come over to him,
Yeah.
he kind of gets up weakly. Again, this is more pain than he's ever been in.
Yeah.
Even just thinking back to it. So it's like, kind of like he's walking out slowly, kind of stiff feeling.
Mm-hmm. So whenever we're out in the hall and shut the door, leave Mahu and Hadrian in there for a second, Killian's just kind of lean against the wall and turn to Far and go, I don't want to alarm you or anything, but it happened again. Your weird ghost thing happened. When Rasmus got hit with that, whatever froze him up from Sordin, your eyes rolled into the back of your head, and you pulled out that ghost thing, and then as soon as it disappeared, you just snapped back into reality like nothing happened. I don't know what your deal is, but I don't know if that's normal, man.
And he kind of like looks at you like he thinks you're crazy.
Yeah.
That's like, he's the kind of like, no, like you were dying, like,
This was before I even got hit I didn't even step in that room at this point. He was still in there. What do you remember from that? Like that whole situation? Step by step, what do you remember?
the whole thing lasted like 15 seconds.
Yeah, and tell me what you know in those seconds.
Missed somebody, dispelled magic, cast a few spells to try to stop him, and then I went down. That was woke up in blackness.
I mean, I could probably go ask Rasmus at some point. He would probably back it up because he got touched by the thing. I don't know. I don't just make this up for no reason. This is not.
It's not something I can do. I can't do, like.
You might not be. You don't seem to be aware of it, but you can.
And he's like, yeah, I guess I'm trying to think about it too. Like, maybe he like lightly believing you, but doesn't want to. Kind of like there's also that denial. It's like, no way.
You guys are interrupted by the pattering of feet down the hallway. An individual in what looks to be the attire that they give to those without anything. As a Kenku is walking and his little feet are going like down the hallway. And as he gets by the two of you, you hear him go, "Yum yums, please," and puts his little bird hand out.
I got some in the room if you want it, but I'll have to give me just a second. He's gonna step back in the room and grab, I guess, some of the porridge if there's any left in the room. Yeah, and hand some to him.
Thank you.
To the
good person.
Killian's just gonna look back at Far and go, "Listen, I don't really care if you believe me or not. I'm just trying to look out for you, because we both obviously have magic stuff we don't fully understand. So I just figured I'd look out. It's nice to look out for someone who's in a similar boat."
I appreciate your concern, and I will think about it. I'll look into kind of what it could be.
All right. Well, yep, that's about all I've got. I guess we go back to eating.
You go back into the room. You guys settle in. Lord Rasmus comes in with his guards, and he looks to all of you, and he's like, "You all look much better than last I saw you. It's good to see you all."
Have Abel and Avalon returned as well?
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
after you guys
everyone's
went back,
together.
I thought.
Everyone's together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling much better. Got armor on now.
It looks great on you.
Thank you.
Having food does wonders. That also helps a lot.
Food, rest, magical healing, you know, the works.
I'm eating bread, and I'm like, it's crazy how much better bread tastes when you don't have to eat around all the mold.
Okay, we're gonna put a pin in that, and we're gonna come back to that later. That's worrying. But for now, I know the logical reaction to what just happened is to maybe be afraid of the Crimson Rose or turn tail, but I honestly feel more determined than ever to take them down now, if that makes sense. I know what they're capable of, and every day that I'm not doing something about it is a day that people are getting hurt or dying. So I don't know. I guess this is just my way of saying that I'm more committed than ever right now.
Is this how you all feel? Because I am.
I don't know about the rest of them. This is just me.
What we experienced was over many people's heads. I had no faintest idea, that there is anybody that strong out there, let alone casually walking among our ranks. Excuse me. What you all have signed up for may be far above your and over your heads. I would not think less of any of you if you had different paths to pursue. But I'm very happy to hear, Abel, that you feel the same way I do, with a much harder resolve that these people or beings need to be taken down. They need to be stopped.
I do think we should probably focus on making ourselves stronger first before we go after them. Because while I am more determined than ever to take them down, I also am not, what's the word? I'm not delusional about my own abilities right now.
Certainly. I from what my discussions have been, I think it would be best for us to regroup back at my home and do some training, refortify our plans, and see what the best path forward is. Our captain here will see what he could do, and I need to call in favors. As many favors as I can to try and balance the tides that we are swimming against.
How do the rest of you guys feel?
So just to make sure I understand the boat we're in, we have the Crimson Rose, who are mad that we care that they exist and are trying to stop that. And we also have the vampire guys who want Hadrian to go kill a man on the other side of the world. And neither of them are happy with us right now. Yeah?
Yeah.
Hadrian died, his debt's paid. He had power.
What?
The guy that said he'd kill him if he didn't do what he did, Power Word killed him, remember?
Oh.
Even though
That's
it was
true.
intended for
That's true, but
Lord Rasmus.
we were not
He still
aware
don't
of that.
like you. You're still not on good terms.
But, like, would I be like
Yeah.
aware of that? Like, the debt's been paid?
I mean,
yeah, I'm about to say, because that would
Would
be
we
a...
be
I
aware
don't know
of
if we're
it?
aware of that.
it's
Yeah.
kind of one of those things that your characters can try to put together. It's that was a consequence if you didn't do what you did, and he retreated after Lord Rasmus was here. He didn't tell you, like, on the way out, you still need to do the deal. It was pretty clear, like, this is the parting ways of any sort of alliance.
Mhm.
Doesn't mean he won't kill you in your sleep.
Yeah. You know.
Not just free of charge, my friend.
With a mouthful of food, I was like, "Oh yeah, definitely, I'm down to take out these assholes for sure."
Which ones? There's two groups we mentioned there.
Either or,
Crimson Rose.
undead are bane on life, and they should be wiped out at all costs. And yeah, those Crimson Rose people, yeah, they suck too. They can go.
The captain is also in Dawn Guard robes at the moment, as his armor has been utterly destroyed, partly from the encounter. So you see the Dragonborn in his stature with his tattoos and Maloran eyes as he's in the room, standing most stoned. Not wait, no, that's the wrong word for it. Not stoned. Yeah, no, like
Oh yeah,
steeled.
baby.
Stoic? Like stoic?
Steeled
Oh.
is the
Steeled.
typical phrase used in fantasy. Steeled, as he is standing next to Lord Rasmus, who is standing and talking with you all.
Out of curiosity, are the tattoos like any kind of symbols that I would recognize?
You can make it an
or...
Arcana check, or history check, or religion
Yeah,
check.
maybe don't roll a 1 though. Wouldn't recommend that.
I'm gonna do Arcana because I'm proficient in that.
Mhm.
So proficiency's +3. So this will be a +7 to whatever I roll.
Mhm.
Ooh, 15 + 7.
22.
22.
You don't recognize any symbols.
Can I make a history check?
You can.
Can't wait for it to be. You don't recognize any of this.
I do not recognize.
Tell me the number.
7.
You vaguely remember seeing markings similar on people back in your training days of the Crimson Rose. You can't
That's what I
Hey yo.
you can't remember faces or who they might have belonged to, but you've seen stuff like that before.
Okay.
It's pretty hard to forget.
So both Abel and Avalon have agreed so far to,
Yeah.
but nobody else has said anything, right?
I will say that I think this is out of our capability, and I'm unsure if I want to follow through as of right now. I think I would like to take things more to address things more on our caliber for the time being.
I think I'm with Mahua on this one. I think it'd be good if we could help in any way we can on some of the lower end stuff, but I don't know if we're currently equipped to just go full send on this yet.
Just to make something clear, I'm also advocating for getting stronger before we take another swing at them.
I'm concerned if we try to press forward on any towards them, that if we aren't making a heavier effort in a shorter period of time, it seems like they're the kind of people who strike back in a very devastating fashion. Not only against us, but I mean, even the vampire lords, they made threats towards our loved ones and those we care about. Sounds like these are the kinds of people that would have those connections, so concern is if we even try to dabble in the lesser echelons of trying to address them. It's us on their radar even more to try and stay us away.
I mean, I agree that they're gonna try and they'll probably try and retaliate, but they also might. The Crimson Rose operate through fear, and when we don't make any direct moves against them immediately, they might assume that they've scared us into submission.
And I feel like they feel like it'd probably be a pretty good message when you kill one and beat the rest out of the other.
Precisely.
You don't have to make the decision now, as Tide talks to the group, seeing the debate going back and forth. At the very least, I do want to make the offer that we at least return to your home in Ashaya, where we know there is a cell, and get your families into safety.
I'm down for that. That one I don't.
Family safe.
Yeah, I'd prefer that one.
Yeah, I'd prefer that as well.
Wait, is Avalon from Rashaya?
No,
No.
But I have a strong thing for family, so
Oh, okay. No, I'm going nowhere near Ashaya. I can't go back to those catacombs.
You don't have to go back to the catacombs. You just have to stay up top. Because we're just talking about relocating families here, not jumping in and trying to burn everything down in one swoop, right?
Yeah, we're just getting our families out.
Yes. It'd be a lot easier if you show up instead of guards from a strange kingdom in a strange land telling them you're in our custody now. You have to leave your home immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they'd take kindly to that.
Yeah.
I think your families would.
Wait, Hadrian is aware of the thing in his neck from Rasmus, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
100% aware of that, right?
Yeah, and you see him go, oh, yeah. I don't think that's necessary anymore, as that comes up in
Oh,
conversation.
no.
And you see the captain come over, and one of the clerics that was with the group, they go behind you, and you feel this like immense pressure that was there at the back of your head all this time that you just sort of got used to, disappears. It's just like, I think we're far past that now.
We can't send any more Amanda Waller gifts. Gosh dang it.
I mean,
End of an era.
Your head.
End of an era, baby.
Well, you
I'll
guys
say they'll
resupply as best you can. We will be in town for at least half the day, but we'll be leaving by the end of the night to start making our way back to Sormir. We'll be using their teleport circles here to make the commute and then walk the rest of the distance back to my keep.
Right.
Alright.
They take their leave. It's just your group again.
Far didn't say anything during that conversation, right?
Nope.
Nothing.
No. Oh no.
Far, how are you feeling about this?
I agree that we should get you guys' family safe. That's priority number one.
Appreciate that.
And then from there, we'll decide what the best course of action is.
All right.
And I say, oh, right. I got some spare extra clothing for everybody. Since we're all kind of wearing torn up garments and whatnot. Kind of guessed on the sizes and length, so hopefully it's right. If you're really fond of a specific type of clothing, I might be able to do a little bit of something to make it a little bit better. But otherwise, I got this for all of you, and I pass out the uniforms and whatnot.
They're very nice clothing. They will keep you warm. They don't easily take on and hold water. So you can add whatever outfit you'd like. And at this point, Juan brought up a very long time ago a really good point. You guys never described what your characters look like to anybody who didn't watch Session 0. So
Which we had never uploaded.
in our 9th, yeah, I haven't, but there's no reason to upload it. In our 9th episode, would you guys like to re-describe your characters at their lowest?
Oh,
They're coming up now. You're no longer at your lowest. You're now, hopefully, but you could always change that pretty easily. You could go into the streets and start shouting to fight God or something.
Or sold it too. I didn't say you could leave.
Why does that just reek of Killian behavior? Going into the streets and asking to fight God.
I didn't hear no bell.
Yeah, I didn't hear no bell.
Abel.
Abel did fight.
What does
a guy
Abel look
last
like?
week.
Abel is 6'2". He's a human with tan skin because he is used to the Ashaya sun.
Mm-hmm.
He's got wavy blonde hair that comes down to his shoulders. Actually, probably a little higher, but he now has a scar going down the right of his face. He has ocean blue eyes. He's wearing now a set of resplendent plate armor, wielding a shield and a sword. And I also think he probably picked up a cloak, like a cape, at the back of his armor.
Beautiful. And you have adorned the symbol of the rising sun of Dawn Call.
I'm probably gonna change that at some point. I might ask Killian.
Definitely.
to do that.
But
I'm
that's
just
what
not gonna
you
do that
currently
right in
have.
front of the
Yeah.
non-call people. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be like, all right, yeah. So, anyways, can you put the symbol of a god on this? Even though I know you got
anyways,
gods here.
anyways,
Not
I
a
don't
big
like
fan.
their
Yep.
symbol.
The symbology is
Yeah.
very neutral and not god, like nothing
Yeah.
to do with gods.
I don't like them.
All right, Killian.
Who's
you're
next?
Killian.
Oh, my next? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, so Killian is 5'9". He's kind of got short. He's got short and messy silver hair, brown eyes, and similar kind of olive tan skin to Abel, because they both grew up in Ashaya. And he's got a lean but like muscular build to him, and he's got this obviously well used chain armor under on with a brown tunic and belt over it, and a red like cloak he has with the hood pulled back, and dark sand brown pants and black boots with a pair of matching black gloves on his belt. And he's got a bit of fighting tape wrapped around the end of his hands, or the end of his arms, kind of at the end of his hands. And you see he has his sword clipped on his side and a couple of daggers in his belt on the opposite side, like on near his waist.
Cool. Far.
So far, also is gonna take the new clothing. He's just over 6 feet. A slender build. He is a wood elf. So he's got bright green eyes and long blonde hair. And then you also see kind of streaks of black kind of throughout the hair as well. He puts on the new Dawn Guard kind of clothing, and over top puts on a hide vest that looks like it was made from like homemade kind of thing. And then he's holding a large wooden staff in one hand, and then in the other a giant shield with an eye on it.
Okay. Hadrian.
Adrian's about 5'7", like a really scrawny 5'7". He
Mhm.
is, 7 strength, doesn't really add much muscle.
Mm-hmm.
He's got leather armor and at this point you probably can't even tell it was red at one point, but a really, really faded red tunic. And he's got a really big scar on his left wrist, just kind of like going up his arm.
Hair color, eye color.
Like eye color, blue, but like brown hair.
Okay. Skin color.
Like whitish, yeah.
Okay. Don't you know me? We went through a whole campaign where one of our players kept going. One of our players was playing Ulazal's Black, and Ryan playing Maz now kept going, what? Ulazal's Black? And it was like episode 50. So yes,
Nice.
multiple times we've said this. So it's always good to remind people, because then your headcanon, when we're all hallucinating together, you tend to paint people utterly differently than how others paint their own characters. Evelyn.
So Evelyn is like 5'10", 5'11", very pale, white skin, pretty malnourished, not a lot of muscle, but when they first met her, she was very dirty, had like really old like robes and whatnot, like the kind of stuff that you'd be like, somebody would be like, oh yeah, this is old, gonna throw it out, just kind of scraps and whatnot. As of now, wearing the new clothing set. I've got a staff, and I've got a shield that I use in my other hand. I got purple hair and blue eyes, and yeah.
Mahua.
You see a human male, on the taller end, probably a little over, just a touch over 6 foot. Very deeply tanned skin, IRL reference, very reminiscent of like a Pacific Islander build. a black hair that runs down to just above his just about his shoulders. Wearing kind of like brown eyes, just full, kind of a vest with like a little bit of a looks like a combat skirtish type cloth material, but then it has some leggings that go down to just like his mid calf area, and then some kind of cloth based shoes that are very very mobile. Very toned musculature, doesn't necessarily look overly like built, but not necessarily like a strong man, just like a very just good shape. Definitely, I definitely think you get the sense that he's got a little bit more wear on his body than the rest of the group. He shows a little bit more age than most of the group.
Thank you. Thank you all for reintroducing your characters as you've gotten your new wardrobe change, the part of the video game where the next chapter has begun.
We got to describe our characters after one of them died 3 times.
Right.
We could have killed Hadrian off without ever describing what he looks like.
That would have been funny.
That would have been funny.
Same for Abel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys
after-
want to do?
Well, after passing out the clothes, I also want to say, Mahua, while we were walking through the town, I heard somebody saying something about trips to the what was it called again, Abel?
The Astral Sea, yeah, they said they were
Yeah.
two-way trips.
Yeah, it was a 2-way trip to the Astral Sea.
Oh
And,
yes, I ran into that salesman when we first arrived. It's one of those grifters.
Ah, I see. Yeah, there were plenty of those guys in Shire.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's a shame.
Why do you want to go to the Astral Sea, anyways? Like, I know you said to Rasmus, it was like, when we were doing the contract, like, you want to go there for enlightenment, but what do you expect out of that? Or do you just not know, and you literally just want to go to figure it out?
I know what's gonna happen there. The path I study, my belief is that what you follow. I mean, some people follow gods, some people follow powerful demons, what have you. The faith that you follow is a dictation on where your life will end, both on its pathway towards and then at the end of it. I don't necessarily think there's one end that people always go to. And to be honest, I'm not a firm believer. Here in Dawncall, I'm not a very firm believer of following any of the gods. I think servitude to them is natural after the events of history. So much destruction has been caused, their names, and so much devastation and loss and history erased from time. Most of us here in Dawncall focus very much on what impact will you make as a soul on this plane of Xenia. The way I follow when I was under a group called the Wandering Way, and they're a group of other monks like myself, but they all have different beliefs. Some focus on techniques that allow them to manipulate the internal flow of energy within all living creatures. Some on tapping slightly into the planes of shadows and being able to draw some of that darkness into themselves so that they can enhance their own abilities. My belief was more under the idea that our soul resides in the astral plane, and that is where our true connection to universe is. It's where our true sense of self is. And so my belief that one who follows in the path that I follow make their way in that direction. I mean, it's not a set path. It's not something that I have to make sure happens immediately. It's a journey. It's about it's not it's not only about the destination, it's the growth along the way. The goal is to find your way there so that you can connect with actually your true self. Connect with your true being and in a sense ascend to your state of thinking and a higher state of purpose. Not in the same way as like of the matron of ravens ascended to become a god. No, this is more internal. It's more, what can we do, an individual soul on this plane? What is our place? Everything. It's connecting with that internal sense of self.
All right.
I like that like you gave this like long impassioned speech about finding yourself through the journey, and then Killian's like, oh, cool.
I punch people.
just
like
say,
you.
If
I like
Far
that, maybe.
probably could have clocked about halfway through that conversation. Killian's just like glossing over, checking out. He's just like, okay.
You asked.
That's true. I did.
I just be like, well, I'll say that it'll definitely be a interesting journey, but you know, I'm willing to stick with you until you find it. So maybe we'll learn. Maybe I'll learn something along the way too, but I doubt that.
Also,
Oh,
you go first, Mahua. You go first.
I was just
Oh.
one's path can cross over into another. What you connect to, who you really are supposed to be. There's not one way to reach it, and it have to be something you do only on your own. It's something that the people around you who support you, it can help you get to that destination.
I've, going through life this long, I still have trouble figuring out who I really want to be. I mean, there's some things in concrete, but as of now, I'm kind of just looking. So yeah, maybe, but with the way things have been going,
You're young. I mean, you got time to figure out your calling.
Oh, my calling
Any
to
idea?
serve the matron of ravens, but besides that,
So you feel you
on a
have
per-
your calling. Okay.
yeah, but on a personal level with myself, I still have some things I need to figure out.
Well, follow your calling. Find you'll guide yourself to where you need to be. That is what they've always taught us in this land.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Nothing
Also,
like
I feel like
near-death experiences to give everybody new perspectives on who they would like to be.
That's true.
You mean I don't have to stay a piece of shit, Reed?
That's crazy.
I mean, some people have traumatic experiences and they just triple, quadruple down in their beliefs, and others go like, I think I learned something.
Maybe.
I might have learned something. Who guessed? But yeah.
I'd like to point out.
Doubling down their beliefs.
That's crazy. I'd like to point out to the group, by the way, it's really nice that we've gotten to be around Lord Rasmus and Dawnguard, and they're all so nice and give us free stuff, but we're not always going to be with them, and we probably need money, and we just lost all of it this morning.
We do need money. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we are flat broke. Literally all of us.
Yes, but I feel like the most important thing right now is getting your families to safety, and then we can worry about the.
Yeah, no, don't get
The
me
money
wrong, but
situation.
just we need to. You just have that on your radar. We still need to do
Oh.
something eventually for money. We need money.
I mean, I have a few ways with wayward travelers and whatnot. I found ways to make money through just being able to heal people on for cheap under whatnot.
I'm gonna be
So-
honest. When you started that sentence, I really thought you were gonna go with just taking money from people.
Oh no,
See, I
Well-
could do that.
I'm not very I'm not very quick or silent on my feet. If you haven't noticed, I wouldn't be able to get away with stuff like that.
I mean, I don't know. You managed to slip one
And-
off Corlo.
Oh, that was just opportunity. Those
I
kind of
mean-
things don't happen very often.
Well, wealth is certainly a concern, but I wouldn't be too worried if we're on the road and the lands are plentiful. As long as we stick together, I'm quite adept at collecting sustenance from the land around us in a reasonable manner. If we
And
are
we're-
out in the world, we'll never be starving.
And worst case scenario, we get into a place that doesn't have a lot of resources. I can always just whip up some magic food. So
You begin to hear
Yay for
cheering from
magic.
crowds outside your window and excitement through the streets, laughter, even fresh smells of some barbecue type of food being cooked. That does make its way up to you guys inside the tower.
some smells good.
No, let's ignore the plot hook. Don't go.
What?
Go to Rumble.
We're gonna go.
We're gonna go to Dustlight, guys. Let's go.
Let's go to Desolate.
Let's
You
go
can't
to
pick-
Dustlight.
Let's not,
I feel
go,
like
let's not go to Dustlight.
Let's just pick a
Yeah.
cardinal direction and walk for 8 sessions.
All right. So, what does the
Something
group
about
want to do? Let's figure out what would you like to do in the next step of this game. You guys are
I
at
have-
a crossroads. What would you like to do?
I want to go see what that commotion is.
Well,
No,
we
I
can do
think
that
it's-
that.
before
We're
we make
talking
a
long
decision.
game. We're talking actual long
Yeah.
game here.
so
Okay.
here's what Abel wants to do. Abel wants to get his family probably to Soromir, like around where Rasmus is located, because I feel like that'd be safe for them.
Yeah, Keely just wants to get his family safe. He doesn't have a specific idea of where, just safe.
And then after that, Abel wants to get stronger to take on the Crimson Rose. So if that means training montage with Rasmus for like 3 months, or if that
Yes.
means hunting magical artifacts, like
Or slaying beasts.
I feel
That's
like
true. You could do
I
that.
feel like this is like.
See,
Should we have
What's
this
up, Adam?
conversation like in character, or just like
or
what do you wanna do? Because right now we're just kind of like this is what each of our characters. want.
Yes, this is exactly.
Yeah, but we can also just talk this through. We don't have to role play
Yeah.
at all, just to
Yeah.
save on time and efficiency for us. What things you
Gotcha.
do want to role play, you can. But this is
Okay.
just a way so we don't talk in circles for the next like hour and a half of like, oh, I want to do this
Yeah.
thing. Oh, we could do this. We could do this. What
Yeah.
are our goals? What are our objectives? We know we can pursue the Altar of Shadows. We can pursue the Crimson Rose. We can pursue saving your families. The Crimson Rose is not the same quest as saving your families, per se. There is overlap, but it's not the exact same thing. Taking on
Yeah.
the entirety of the Crimson Rose and, like, tracking down Sordin is its own thing. You guys got information from...
We did, yes. From
Codric
Codric before he
about
died.
some really interesting stuff by the Crimson Depths, and something was going on over there that you guys might be able to look into. Any of the major cities are interesting places of value. Donkall, Sormir, Lastar, and Rumble are all possible places of interest to find jobs, find money. If you guys really want to find money, you're able to do that. There is a multitude of opportunities for you guys and any other plot hooks that have been out there. This is a welcome point to start pursuing them. Though, if you choose to ignore the Crimson Rose and Altar of Shadows for very long periods of time,
there will be consequences.
well, it goes on. the story goes on without you
They do
guys. It
stuff,
necessarily
yeah.
won't even impact you. It might impact the world, but it might never even come back around to you guys during the rest of your campaign. That's just a risk you have to take. Crimson Rose, probably less likely to never come back around on you guys. Altar of Shadows, that one's more up in the air, depending on where you are. City and Syndicate and what's going on in Rumble. These are all things you can try to check out, or there are things utterly different that you can try and explore in this world.
It's funny you say that because right now, Evelyn's main priority is making sure Abel and Killian's family is safe.
Mhm.
And then after that, her big want is to stop the Altar of Shadows because it goes against her belief, and it's a blight to the Raven Queen. And then I am with Abel about stopping the Crimson Rose because I don't like an organization being able to hurt and kill people for its own use. So
I think my immediate thought is kind of follow with Rasmus, go to Swordmere, work to rescue the families, kind of check in with people, get an idea, make sure that they're in safe hands. Probably sort of lower tier stuff to work our strengths up around Soromir, kind of follow different leads out in that way, and probably basically work towards being able to confront the Crimson Rose over time.
Yeah, that's
Do
kind of where
little
Abel
things here and there,
I think-
but like
yeah,
I think for Killian. Actually, no, Hadrian, you go first. You go first, Adam.
No, I was gonna say because Hadrian's the only one who has like experience with the Crimson Rose. He wants to stay as far away from them as possible. So like, right now, getting out of Dawn Call is really high on the list because the month in Dawn Call has been like the worst fucking month of Hadrian's life. So getting out here as fast as possible and then staying as far away from Ashaya as possible are like two. But then after this like last encounter, Hadrian's kind of at a point with Rasmus where he feels that Rasmus is actively putting him in dangerous situations that get him like closer to the Crimson Rose, and he doesn't want that. So he wants to break away from Rasmus if he can, even if it would like harm the friendship.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where he's at. So like Last Star or Rumble are sounding really good right now.
Think for Killian, his family is definitely the highest priority. But I think following that, kind of like what Mahua said of doing some lower tier stuff to get strength up, would be good.
I
And
don't know
also,
everybody's
like,
trying to
you-
grind the RPG here.
Okay, my thought was like find artifacts and shit, right?
Yeah,
Not
just-
necessarily like RPG grind, but like you know how, and I'm gonna bring up Critical Role just for a second here.
Oh, here we
right
go.
now, Reed, do it.
Here
Here
we
we
go.
go.
All right. Tell me how much you want Matt Mercer to be your DM.
that's
Fine.
That's not what I'm gonna say. I'm just saying, you know how
Don't have the
after
hair.
the Promo Conclave attack, they're like, shit, we're not strong enough to do this. Let's go find the vestiges.
Yeah,
That's the kind of mindset I have right now. Of like,
interesting.
we're not strong enough to handle this. Let's find some stuff that will make us strong enough.
Sure.
My thought with that was more of, I don't know what constitutes as getting stronger, so I'm being very vague and just doing other stuff until we are on level.
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
I
I'm
don't know.
just giving you guys a hard time.
Yeah, and then kind of with that
Farm
also
for
is
the next 12 sessions.
So
going
we're
to Last Star
like
would
the
be
same.
pretty. Yeah,
We're
going
gonna-
to Last Star would be pretty cool, and getting money would be good because I think having resources is great.
I heard
We're gonna do the
cluster-
same fight against 5 goblins for 10 sessions in a row to
Yeah.
get 20.
Section 10 reads just like, you guys know what they say. Just kill them, please.
Ah,
Just
do you
push
hear
it
a
down.
sound? And here we go.
Yeah.
I might-
Why is
Right.
the XP slowing down? It's no longer giving us 5 per shot. It's down to half of 1. That's not cool.
That would just be half, Reed.
I know. I am aware. All right. What do you guys want to do?
What about you, Far? You didn't say
Yeah, what
anything.
about Far?
I mean,
Your
really,
Far
far
house
as
racer?
he doesn't have any kind of goals, ambitions. He wants to help with the family. You know, he's very much on that. As for kind of long-term things, he's really in for the adventure to kind of stretch his legs, see what the world has to offer him, rather than the other way around.
Terrific. Do we get
So I
Avalon?
think,
Yes, we did. We
yeah.
did.
So we got
I
everyone.
think the one point of agreement other than Hadrian was getting the families out of Ashaya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems to be the next point. So it sounds like the group is interested in going with Rasmus to Sorenfield. And then from Sorenfield, they'll go to Ashaya to try and extract the families. Extracting the families will then put them in the custody of Lord Rasmus. And he will try and keep them safe. And then you guys will go and explore odd jobs ends, try and make money, try and find artifacts, way to strengthen yourself to take on the Altar Shadows and Crimson Rose as best as possible.
Or any other bizarre plot threads that inevitably will show up, because this world isn't just nothing.
There is
Right.
a lot more.
And then-
I will tell you that.
I forgot to
Yeah.
say also at whenever we get strong enough, Evelyn also wants to take out her target of interest, if you know what I mean. So
yeah, I mean, something to.
But-
I would also feel like that's worth saying, of like, it's nice to have a plan said now, but I'm sure this will also change as other
Oh,
stuff
for
gets
sure.
introduced as we go with
It'll
plot
Yeah.
probably
threads
change
and
next
whatnot.
week for all we know.
That's true. Who knows?
yeah, right.
You have entered the Poop God arc. Everything has forever changed.
We are sitting here. We're saying like, we're gonna go do this, this, and this, and the next session's like, yeah, Rasmus dies. Just like heart attack dies.
Rasmus has a heart attack and dies, and his
Yeah.
body disintegrates.
Dysentery.
Dysentery.
It's a hell of a killer, man.
It really is.
It sneaks up on you.
So, do you guys want to wait until the time where Lord Rasmus is leaving, or do you want to explore the city at all?
How long do we have?
Probably
Like-
about, well, since he talked to you guys, but then I'll say about 10 hours.
Oh, okay.
I am interested on what the commotion is going on outside though, so I would check that real quick just to see if it's anything of interest or anything cool. So I don't know if anybody wants to come with me with that, but
Oh, go. He hasn't left this room yet, so
Sure.
I'll follow along.
sweet.
Okay. For Avalon, Mahua, anybody else going outside?
Group trip. Is this what we're doing? Because I think Killian's interested.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you want to just make it a group trip.
Group trip.
it
Group
is.
trip.
Everybody
Yeah.
goes down. As you guys go down the elevator into the streets, you can see it's almost like a festival. What it's going on is a culture that seems to unite over disaster. And so what has happened today, they're trying to basically stand up and not let such tragedies rule or bring down the collective will of the people of Dawn Guard and Dawn Call. A bunch of the vendors are out there, discounted pricing or free foods. The gigantic honey badger is currently giving rides around the area. It's going real slow, so it's just meandering around, but people are lined up and excited. It has a very slapped together feel to it, but there is a bunch of happiness, and you can see people just trying to take a chance to get over what has just occurred inside Dawn Guard. So much of this town is military, but there are plenty of civilians that support this military stronghold that overlooks, it's like the brain of sorts of the entirety of military movements and humanitarian efforts throughout the land of Dawn Call. Interesting figures line the streets of all races, shapes, and sizes. Creatures that typically are looked at as evil find this place to be home and accepting inside Dawn Call, and it is a fascinating sight to see all these people interacting and with such a strong sense of community in comparison to some of the other places that you've been. In other places, it's a sense of duty. It's a sense of the pursuit of education. It's a a pursuit of experience. This is one of the uniquely special places that is a like duty to one another, a shared community of care for just life. And of course you hear free bread. It's just like food. Who needs food? Pots of food. Astral Sea. I will send somebody, anybody, to the Astral Sea today. I have to. There's a quota. Somebody's got to go. I know some of you have been there and come back. I need somebody else. Anybody want to go to the Astral Sea?
Ellie, can you come back me up on this real quick?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm gonna go talk to the Astral Sea guy.
All right.
Oh, thank
Drifter.
goodness. Gods and goddesses above. Hello, new people. Great day for a festival and a travel to the Astral Sea. I have gotten an upgrade yesterday. All right, great news. You see this fork? This is the return fork. This is the sending fork. The very fancy people in town explained this to me very well. I've already done it twice with my assistant here. What's your name again? It's John, sir. John, Jon, John, not the modern spelling of it. He's gone there and back again, and it's been a great experience, has it? It was unremarkable. It was great! It was great and terrific, and because of the discount today, a silver piece. I have to hit a quota, like a silver piece.
Anything we do, we have no money for.
I'll just
Literally no gold.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Can I just like see if I
You say
find
that?
a silver piece on the ground real quick? Just like look around frantically, see if anyone dropped like one silver piece.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
Ooh,
Oh my God.
dirty 20.
Yeah, I mean, there is bronze and silver pieces being thrown around like it's nobody's business
silver
as
piece,
cheers
and I hand
trying
it to
to be go. Oh, thank you very much.
Hold on, before I get this to you,
Oh.
what's the likelihood that I come back? Because when I talked to my friend Mahua, he said you were given one-way trips, and now you're
That
saying you're
was
giving...
yesterday. That's not today, sir.
But does he come back? What are the odds?
Yes, he does. John can vouch
Is
for
that
it.
a guarantee? Is that a
It
guarantee?
It is a basically 100% guarantee.
Basically. Like a
You know, I'll
90.
take that. I'll take that.
Ah, you're the best. Thank you.
I was gonna say, could Killian get an insight check on if it seems like he's absolutely exacerbating that percentage a lot?
Go ahead. Make an insight check.
Shaking my head, and I like lean over to Far, and it's like this guy.
19.
19.
Is ridiculous.
Seems pretty forthright. He's not.
Oh, nice.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess so.
Okay, dokie. Well, you step right on up. I can send multiple at a time. Does anybody want to go with and get someone back?
I'll go with him. Why not?
Okay.
All
I'm like,
Any other takers?
I look at Mahua. I'm like, should I?
No, just let 2 at a time. Let's go 2 at a time.
2 at a time it is then.
I mean, if you just want to waste whatever money you find, it's your choice.
I'd rather ride the honey badger and I just run in to wait in line.
You got it. It's a very long ride.
That's okay.
He presses the tuning forks. The group disappears, and he just stands there looking at you guys. I'm going to give them a little bit, then bring them back. What do you?
What do we see?
We'll get to you. I'll get to
Yeah,
you.
we'll get to that in a minute. What do we see in the void?
What are your names? Yeah, your friends that I just sent to the Astral Sea. Do you have names? You lot?
Nope.
You're not there.
You're in line. Yeah, you're not here.
I know.
Right. Okay then. Not the talkative type. Fine by me. Well, just I'm gonna look left, and you can do whatever you want. The other guys, the other two.
All right. Let's see where we go.
You feel
Great
this
offer.
terrible lurch in your body as you feel your mind melt upon itself and then restore. As then all of a sudden you find yourself just floating in this endless, beautiful, starry-looking sea, and you're just sort of.
Do I feel enlightened?
You
Yeah,
feel
do we
very
feel
light. You feel unbelievably light. What's your intelligence, the two of you?
Mine's 13, I
Okay.
think.
15.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Do you think when Mahu was talking about enlightenment, you think he meant lightenment, like just like
Yeah,
feeling
no,
light?
I was about to ask that.
Because like I feel
He's
lighter.
afraid of
I
that,
don't
yeah.
feel enlightened right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's gonna. Do you think I can do the ghost punch thing he does?
you see
Try
a
it, try it.
very
Try it, hit me, try it, hit me.
strange-looking creature floating through the air, just making horrible sounds.
How large is it?
Yeah.
It is like, I don't know, like 6 feet long, 2 feet wide, slithery, but it's not interested in you guys. It doesn't
I'm
look
gonna,
to
like,
bother you.
Swim away from it real quick and
You
like, all right,
can't.
try and hit me with
You
an.
You can't. You can't.
Oh,
You're stuck in place.
okay. Try and hit me
Try and hit him.
What?
with
What?
one of the astral arms. Try and hit me.
Okay. All right. He's gonna just like think really hard.
As you think really hard and you go to punch at Abel, you instead fly backwards in your mind 13 feet.
Whoa.
Let me
I
try.
think it worked. I think it worked.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and punch him
As
from
you,
a distance.
All
you
right,
fly
hit me.
forward 15 feet.
Alright, so punch equals fly.
All
I'm
right.
gonna try and fly at Killian.
Okay.
Well, did you not? Did you
Fly.
do that?
Well, yeah, because I was trying to punch you and I flew. So maybe if I try and fly at you, I'll punch you.
Okay. Okay. I get it.
As you fly at him, you fly at him and do not punch him.
It's a lot harder than it looks.
You see one with like butterfly wings that looked just like the last one, but like 1/8 the side going through, and just
This is really, really weird.
Yeah. Is this? Do you think this is what Evelyn saw or was like when she got that thing in her arm? Is this what that was like? Just this?
If it's this, I don't feel like this really counts as like tripping. You know,
That's
like
true. That's true.
this isn't. This is crazy, but it's not that crazy.
Why the hell would Mahua want to come here? There is nothing here.
You heard him. It's more about the journey. So, like,
That's just-
obviously, he's not gonna, you know.
Then,
I
then why don't you just say you want to journey anywhere? Because if the destination doesn't matter, just go anywhere.
Because it gives him, you know, like a direction.
I mean, I guess, but you could also just say I want to go north, and you'd get the same thing.
Hey, why are you guys so loud? Quiet down.
Who?
What is that?
As you look
Yeah.
around, you see in the middle of the astral sea, an individual has a bunch of blankets laid out and all sorts of goods and a gigantic backpack like you see in classic like Link games and vendors and video games. As you see a little goblin sitting crisscross applesauce rotating in the astral sea. Try to sell some things. Gah!
I have no money, but I can give you javelins.
I don't want javelins. You got any dragon blood? Herald hairs?
No.
Dragon
How much
blood?
do Herald hairs go for?
What was that last one?
There's some books here that'll help make you stronger, give you new magical abilities.
What we
got
were
some
just talking about
scrolls
doing.
here, all kinds of fun
Well,
stuff.
you know, I left my Herald hair in my other pants.
Oh, funny guy.
Okay, we need
funny
to make
guy.
him a note.
No, I'm
Come
fine.
back here when we get Harold hairs.
That's true. What's your name, sir? So we can know to come back.
Bob and the Goblin, nice to meet you.
All right, we'll be sure to come back when we've got stuff to trade that you
Or
want.
I'll find you if you ever have anything special. Guys ever see a big ass diamond that ever belonged to one of the heralds?
Nope.
No.
We saw a goat that knew the Heralds or something.
Don't bring him up.
Don't bring that anywhere near my stuff.
Don't-
I have enough issues.
Don't
with
bring that up.
Terrible, terrible creature.
Killian, you do realize
Bring it up.
that
Do it.
creature stole all my armor and my shield, and then I died because of that, right?
Wait, you died?
Yeah, I did die. Like fully, I think I fully died in there. Because I'm pretty sure the captain was using diamonds when he was, you know, like, healing me. Which means he was reviving me.
Oh,
I thought
shit.
Yeah, We're just like floating, talking about this heavy
Yeah.
You
shit.
guys are. But remember, it's kind of like gyros in space, where you're not moving any direction, but you just rotate
Yeah.
just because of your body, what's happening in space with the little forces you're exerting. But you
I
hear
was
Bobbin go like, "I got armor that can't be taken off, so like,
Ooh.
you want to buy
What happens
that?"
if you want- no.
I'm definitely coming back to you when
Yeah.
I get valuable things to trade.
You could trade half your lifetime.
I'm not gonna do that.
All right, that's a good call, probably.
How do you trade that?
I got a jar here, and I put it on your
How
arm, and I get half your
How much
life.
would like 1% get me?
Well, I mean, we don't do deals at 1%, so that's boring.
All right. Well, I figured I'd ask.
Yeah, it's good. Hey! As you see, going by, it's like, you want to buy some? What?
And then
Why are
we're
you selling things in the astral sea? Wouldn't you want to go to like a market or something with more things to probably
Yeah,
buy
here.
from?
But you get the greatest things when you venture into the most unknown and sparse locations in the world, my friend. You never know what you'll find. Ever been to the Dark Desert?
Can't say I have.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, I made some of the best sales of my life with a bunch of people that I met in the Dark Desert. Nobody goes in the Dark Desert. Bobbin does.
That's fair. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
like
good
mom
point.
and dad talked about this. It's like like targeting underappreciated markets.
You,
No
Oh,
one else
okay.
is selling in the actual sea.
you should listen
That's
to your friend.
true,
He's,
that's
he's
true.
intelligent and he gets it.
That's true.
I'd give you something free on the house, but that would defeat the purpose of my economy of scams. So, no.
That's true. I mean, that's kind of just that's how stuff works.
You guys want to... What do I got here? He's going through his shit. He's just like... got a potion of fire giant strength. I got a belt of fire giant strength. I got a hand of a fire giant.
What do you want for these?
They sound great, but I don't think we have anything you'd want out of us.
You have
Yeah.
adamantite coins. You got, claws of the ancients. I got one of them in here. It's a bitch
we
to
know
walk
where a claw.
around.
Wait,
We know
hang
where
on.
the ancient is, I think.
Oh,
Hey, I don't know if we should sell that.
I
mean-
mean, that's fair.
I mean, we can't really lift it, so
We can't
then it's just a problem in the world. Why don't you tell old Bobbin whereabouts you might
how the hell do
see
you
that?
lift it?
I'm not saying I'm going to lift it. Don't worry about me. I'm just asking
Um,
what it is.
By the way, I do believe I have been informed to give you a message. By the way,
What?
yeah.
I
Do you
thought
know
you
a guy?
Yeah.
You know a guy named Corlo? Corlo Goo?
He's got a dumb last name.
Yeah, he says "fuck you."
I bet he does.
Yeah, I was just told to tell you that.
When you see him next, you say, "I'm glad he's doing well."
All right, we'll do.
That's great.
Do-
That's great.
Also, I'm gonna try and whisper at Killian. Do we tell him where the claw is?
What do we get if we tell you where the claw is?
See, now you went and did me dirty. Now we got to do a trade. What do you want?
So, yeah, that's how it works. You just said you can't give out free stuff or it defeats the purpose.
You learn quick, kiddo. You learn quick.
I mean
I
that.
appreciate that.
Alright, the potion of fire giant strength is attractive to me because
I'm gonna be very honest here, Abel. I don't know if it's a good idea to trade something. Well, I don't really know how much fire magic strength goes for. Actually, I don't know if I'm good.
a potion is a one-time use thing. We might be able to spin a belt out of this.
Maybe. What does the belt do? Do you know?
Nope.
Nope. Oh, that's great, isn't it? What else you got? Anything else that you trade for the location?
Oh, trade for the location. You see, he goes into a different part, it's a much smaller part of the bag, as he was going into the main part, and he's like, "You guys got any haversacks? Bag of holdings?
I mean, we could use a bag of holding. We don't have any of those yet.
We could.
There's a bag of
Yeah.
holding. I'll do a fire giant strength potion. What do you got here? You die a lot, probably, right?
Given recent events, yes.
Yeah, Achilles
I'll
is gonna
throw in a
hit
couple
Abel on the
diamonds.
shoulder.
Where I got like what, 2 of these diamonds here. What else we got here? Scented candles. Puts those in the pile.
All like together or separate?
No, this is all together. What
Oh.
else do I got in here?
That's a deal.
Assign
deal.
card. If you ever see that thing you shouldn't mention, you should give this to him. As he puts that into the pile. You can see a picture of a middle finger as it's 2 yin in beautiful cursive.
All right.
It's just the front of it. Who knows what's inside? Let's see. And this goblet here. This is a very shiny goblet, and it's said to have been really important, and now it's not. There you are.
What? Okay.
I feel like this is a good deal. What do you think, Killian?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff for a sword we can't lift.
I feel like, yeah, because like we're not gonna be able to lift that sword.
Yeah, I won't either.
So then what do you do with it?
I just need to know about it.
He's got people.
That's true.
I say we go for it.
All the stuff is just floating, rotating next to him as he kept putting it out there and staying exactly in place.
I mean, yeah, let's see what on. He's not going to be able to move it.
All right.
Hopefully.
So I give him the location.
Yeah, we describe it best we can.
Oh, I probably could have guessed that. Oh, all right, here you go. He just shoves it all towards you guys. You can add
Grab it.
Potion of Fire, Giant Strength.
Yoink that. I'm also going to yoink the diamonds because once I get their little spells, I'll be able to cast Revivify.
Yep, those are 2 300 gold piece diamonds a piece, solid. What else did I tell you guys? A card to
Bag
yen,
of holding.
Bag of
Yeah.
holding.
Um.
Scented candles.
Yep.
Fancy goblet.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fancy goblet. Yeah, you can add the goblet of Tyrion to your inventory.
Cool. All right. But you can take the bag of holding since I took the fire giant strength and diamonds.
Yeah, I already added the back of holding, and then it was scented candles, or whatever.
Scented candles and then the goblet of Tyrion.
Yeah, here, let me just... I think I just have to add this stuff. Like, I don't think that's going to be in D&D Beyond, so we gotta add
Yes,
it.
just add it. Just add it.
Yeah, so custom item. We've got goblet of what?
Tyrion.
Tyrion. Oh, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, wait a second.
Hey,
How do you spell that?
You can make a history check.
Okay.
I will as well.
Yeah, well as well. Might as...
17.
19.
You do recall one famous Tyrion in history that happened to help save the world from Malor and the collapse of reality. So that could be.
You gonna grab the goblet? Are there any hairs on the goblet?
There are no hairs, but there is the symbology of Gotos on it.
Okay. I was just
No
gonna
toast.
spiral a hair of the herald for more items if I could find one.
Yeah, no.
That's true.
That would have been funny. All right. So you take the goblet and the bag of holding.
Yeah, and the candles.
Yeah.
All right.
These. All right. Hold on. I gotta. The D&D Beyond diamond is just worth 5,000 gold pieces, so I'm gonna have to adjust those.
Jesus, no.
Yeah.
And you two are brought back in front of the other group. You get whipped in as soon as the deal is done, and you're back inside Dawn Guard.
Yeah, that's something.
It's actually really productive.
Yeah. No, I get it, Moo. I felt enlightened. Yeah, I felt it.
Oh, yeah, you.
You know, I
Yeah,
felt
I'm
right.
sure you did.
We
I
actually.
mean, I
probably-
very literally did.
You
It felt like
probably
I was
saw
weightless.
a bunch of starry landscape, maybe a weird shaped creature to, you
These
know.
diamonds.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what we saw. I mean, I don't know what you're so up against. pal.
How'd you get diamonds?
Oh, there was a
we-
trader in there.
Yeah, we found a guy. Found a guy. He was
What?
floating there.
That
Yeah.
doesn't make sense.
He was just floating there. He gave us. We told him where that sword was that we could
was
lift,
behind the
and he
goblet.
gave us a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
That guy that
goblin.
other guy mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy Corlo told me to.
Oh,
to
I
tell
know
him
about that guy.
What about him? What do you know?
pull out a coin from one of my pockets. I got a coin from him.
Oh, that's nice.
You see an exact replica of the person that you just met, Boblin Goblin, but he's got a big thumbs up and he's winking on the side of the coin.
All right.
He said if I ever had anything interesting, I could use this to bring him around.
All right.
All right. Interesting.
You have
I
anything
got a goblet
interesting?
from one of the heralds. That's neat.
Have you seen Avalon?
Avalon is very close in line to being able to ride the Badger.
He's almost there.
I
He's close.
like go next to the
Yeah,
line,
I'm just like, yes.
like next to the queue. So I'm not in the line, but I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go. I'm like, oh, Avalon. I'm gonna give her one of the 300 gold worth diamonds.
Oh shit.
I'm be like, I got this from a goblin in the Astral Sea.
Oh. Okay. Thank you.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, come on, step forward.
I just leap forward with like childish jubilation.
All right.
That was really productive.
Anybody
there we
else
go, we-
traveling to the Astral Sea today? Anybody else?
We can mark going to a different plane off our bucket list, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to a different plane.
I don't know what you're so uptight about.
It was
Just deal with it.
I think it really was the Astral Sea. Mahua.
Yeah.
It's just a clever parlor trick. It's people can do all sorts.
Do you want to
of
see another clever parlor trick? I'm gonna snap my fingers and summon the echo.
The
I don't
Echo's
know what
in
you were what
Yeah.
you're trying to do with
Yeah,
that.
That's also a parlor trick.
It is. It's yeah.
Why not go?
I'm
Like,
I'm
what's the
having.
worst that happened? They came back with
I really
diamonds.
wanna punch
You could
him
come
in the
back with
It's
diamonds.
because it's obviously not the Astral Sea.
Then prove it to us. Go.
Denial.
Prove it.
I'm
Can I
not
have the
gonna
Echo
waste
punch
my
Manoa?
money on a.
Are you
grifter
afraid
like
that you're going to be
this.
disappointed by the Astral Sea, and that's why you're not going?
Do you understand
Ooh.
how difficult it is to actually cross planes?
It's not very.
Not too bad
It's
because
a
we
very
just did.
difficult task.
Yeah, not very
It's
difficult.
not
You just need
easily
2 ports.
accessible.
I'll
You
be
need 2
honest.
ports.
I'm really insulted by you, sir, standing 4 feet in front of my stand and telling me my career is bullshit. So, free of charge.
Well, you should be ashamed of yourself for stealing money from these kind
I'm
people.
sorry about him. He's just.
He is
Can the Echo punch
disgusting.
Manoa?
You know what?
He's
Free of
awesome.
charge. You want to go to the
Free.
Astral Sea? Just to shut your mouth is worth the charge. Come on. I'll send you right now.
Come on, Mahua, do it.
Been doing it for 20 years and you dare question me. Don't touch me, John. Oh, what are you gonna do now? Huh? Where's the big talk now?
I mean, it's clearly.
He only can like
ridiculous.
shove Mahua up towards him, just like, come on,
This is just a bluff.
Can,
then go. Call him on it. Call him on it.
I'll bluff. What's the worst that
Fine.
can happen?
Okay. I'll walk up to him.
Okay.
you'll go to the Astral Sea.
He hits the tuning fork and you disappear and I need to change the music.
Oh no! What did we do?
Oh no, getting sent to the 9 hells.
I'm just not a badger this whole time.
No,
going,
you're automatically getting sent somewhere else. Oh
Bro, we just fast tracked Mahua's life goal. Let's
no!
go.
Oh my! Maybe we don't know. We have no
My
idea what
favorite
just
thing
happened.
though is like how nice of a time Abel and Killian had.
Yeah,
Like they're
we just were vibing in the Astral Sea.
Mahua just gets tortured by all kinds of creatures, and they're just like, I never want to go back. I never want to go back.
Tom Novum. Oh my God.
Is that the floating city? The
Yes.
living
Yeah.
city?
Is that
Yeah,
a living city made of stone and rock and human people?
and
What
human
about
flesh.
Nine?
Mementos. He's going to Mementos.
Oh God.
He's gonna have to drive the cat van.
Can you change my heart while you're in there?
No. Shut up.
Okay, Mahua.
No.
As you feel your stomach like fold in on itself, your mind melt and reform, you find yourself in this endless expanse of what looks to be this starry sea. You can see this beautiful looking structure far off in the distance. It's tough to make out the details, but whatever it is, the architecture is incredible. You feel a connection like you've never felt on Xenia before. And then you hear behind you,
I try to turn around.
as you turn around, you see an individual that looks very foreign to you, creature-wise. Yellow skin and strange patches like you would see on frogs. Thin humanoid body, a cross between a variety of humanoid creatures, but tough to place. The skin doesn't look right, but it's not wrong. It's tight. It's not faded like those terrible vampires, but this is a foreign species you've never seen before. In robes, very similar to the ones you have. And it is sitting with its feet folded in the astral sea. As you rotate, they do not.
Alright, so this is a intricate and clever illusion, I'll give him that.
I love the complete denial.
So denied.
I can't wait until like a year from now when he does go back again and he's like, damn, fuck, he was right. Shit.
Fucking God.
Wandering Mahua, what has taken you so long to make your first journey to the astral sea?
Stubbornness.
Beg your pardon.
Do you not know your own wandering ways? This is but the first step in a long journey that you must take, and you have spent a lifetime not pursuing your journey.
I don't know what you're referring to. I've dedicated my life to make it here.
And it is
Difficult task.
the first step of many. And the astral sea leads to enlightenment, Mahua. Do you think simply arriving is enough?
That would... Yes, obviously. That's why this is clearly not the astral sea. For illusion, I'll give him props for having a very dedicated, some sort of mind magic that picks up important pieces of my past and puts it together in a clever, intricate way.
Mahua, take a moment. Meditate outside your ego. Think back to your travels with your brethren. And think about what you say.
I will begrudgingly humor this recommendation. I will take my standard position and start to meditate.
You begin to struggle as you do it until the individual in front of you just waves their hand and rights you as you finally take your position and feel familiarity and comfort surge through your body. Give me a religion check in your mind's eye. Oh, do you have dice? Oh, you're using your phone. Shit, I could have shared dice. My bad.
Wow.
Get out. Fucking get out. Don't do that.
Killian drops
You know what? No, yeah, Killian drops dead.
No,
I
we
hate
lose
it.
Natural one for a 0.
Ilya loses all free will to his echo.
Oh no. Yeah,
As
it
you
was
begin to meditate on this, you're immediately smacked in the face by a creature from the astral sea. As the thing goes like, woo, 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 and it's actually like, it's wrapped around your neck and you're choking. You're like, oh God! And the thing's trying to get off you. It's waving its tiny little like T-Rex arms, but it's like serpentine and it just, What do you do?
I'm just gonna rip it off my neck.
Go ahead and make a strength check. Yeah, you rip it off your neck, and as you look back, you see in front of you this strange skinned alien-looking creature right in front of you, and he goes, would you stop messing around and he does the equivalent of like the Doctor Strange kicking your body out and chi, the separation of your forms from your
Oh,
your
God.
astral form to your body form, and you can see yourself outside your body inside the astral sea, as now the two of your bodies are floating outside your two bodies inside the astral sea. Doing this, the entire emptiness of this world now fills with endless amounts of temples, buildings, structures, as far as the eye can see. Incomprehensible to Mahua at first. I am Nerik Saw. I am one of the few that has reached enlightenment, and it is my duty to guide egotistical fools like yourself on the path. You start with a noble journey, but many of you can't see past your own 2 feet, let alone through the next stages. This was your first test of many, for I cannot hold your hand to achieve enlightenment. You failed miserably. The next time you come to the Astral Sea, I hope, for your sake, you do a much better job in your trainings. And you snap back to your body, and you see in front of you, he just does a little like flick of your nose, and you wake back up in the inside Dawn Guard, as you see the elf in front of you go, huh? Huh? Yeah, that's what I thought. Come on! They start packing up all their stuff. I've had enough of these people. And they begin packing.
Sorry
up
about
shit.
that.
Your friend's an asshole.
Yeah,
we
I'm sorry
know.
about him.
We know. I'm sorry. For what it's worth, you do a great job.
Yeah, we had a great time.
He's not listening. He's in a huff.
Unfortunate.
So what'd you think? You're still muted.
There you go.
Yeah, muted.
You just see Mahua just stand there for a moment. The sky, and just kind of walks off, walks back to the castle without saying anything.
Oh shit.
You think it set in for him? That's real?
Maybe.
Knowing my luck, nope.
I'm still riding the badger going.
You are now on the Honey Badger. Let's go! Honey Badger, Honey Badger, Honey Badger. It don't give a shit. It's one of the best rides of your life. It is
I know, I'm just
amazing.
like, this is the best thing I've ever experienced.
People are cheering and laughing. The excitement is wonderful. What is the rest of the group doing while you see Avalon riding joyously on the Honey Badger around the city?
Killian's gonna walk over to Abel and just kind of, without saying anything, kind of just give him a quick hug and be like, "Dude, dying's rough.
Yeah, I don't think it's
Kind
set
of a
in
big
for
deal.
me.
That's
that
kind of
I
a
got.
big deal.
Um,
You sure you're okay?"
I'm definitely going to need to seek spiritual guidance for what happened. Because there was this entity when I died, I had a dream. And there was this entity that was trying to like corrupt me or I don't know, lead me down a path of domination. And when I rejected him, Nasui like slew him and saved me, and then I woke up. Yeah, she's the best. So yeah, that was very. Also, yeah, I died and I came back, and I feel like I should be more mad than I am, because like I want to take down the Crimson Rose, but I don't want to take them down because they killed me. I want
That's
to
a
take
pretty good reason. I feel like that's still a pretty good reason.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a lot to take in, I guess.
I don't think I quite died, but I think I was tripping for a bit there because I saw like my echo shatter me into like glass pieces, and I don't think that's something I'm supposed to see normally.
Yeah, that is very ominous.
Yeah, no, I feel that too. That's concerning, but probably not anything to worry about. It's probably just the knife in my head. I did wake up with a knife in my head.
You woke up with a knife in your head?
Yeah, sword and threw it at me. He offered me a job, and then I said no, and he threw it in my head.
Oh my god, are you okay?
Yeah.
I
Got a
feel like
sick
that-
knife though, and he's gonna pull out the knife. He's gonna start flipping it.
It's a really cool.
There's a
knife.
little bit of brain matter still on it.
A little bit.
Yeah, no. He offered me chance to join the Crimson Rose after not immediately buckling to his 10,000 things of weird gravity stuff. Didn't really feel great with that after he had beaten the shit out of all of us, and so he decided the knife in my head was the best option.
Well, I'm proud of you for not, joining.
Yeah,
Not
I
that
feel
I
like there have been a couple
do,
issues
but-
with that.
Yeah.
Does Adrian hear this? Hear this disclosing?
Sure. Yeah, you can
Sure.
try and eavesdrop on them unless they're trying to be quiet about it. Are you two trying to be subtle about your conversation?
Not particularly, I don't think. Unless Abel wants it to be.
Yeah, then you
I
can just
don't-
casually eavesdrop on them. You
Yeah.
don't have to make rolls.
Oh,
for this
casually?
stuff.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
because that's
then
you're
I'm not
a
gonna do
trained
anything with that
rogue.
information.
What are you guys like level 7 now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are good at what you do. You've been through, and the campaign's gone on for months at this point because of your travel. So like, you've been through a lot already. So you are becoming seasoned adventurers.
It's been months?
Yes.
Been like
yeah,
2
traveling
weeks.
wise, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
because
I
of
s-
travel. It's been months.
So all the
Okay.
Reed expedited the traveling, so it wasn't like rolling every day for 30 days.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Okay, that explains
and
a
months
lot
are also
then.
25 days in this world. The
Yeah.
calendar
Oh,
is-
gotcha.
Well,
Gotcha.
that makes a lot of sense because I've been keeping track in the notes. It's been like with days we've actually played like less than 2 weeks. I was like, bruh.
Yeah, no. You guys have been traveling for months together, but we don't play through every day because no.
Yeah, God
Right.
help us.
Yeah.
Okay,
that'd be
yeah,
tough.
but
Because I
good to
say
cover.
so.
Good to cover.
Yes.
Okay. But yeah, got a sick knife. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's a
Are
good
you-
thing Evelyn did. Evelyn had to pull that out of me, by the way. That could have gone poorly, I think. 'Cause,
yeah,
I mean, when you tried to pull that thing out of Evelyn? Remember that?
yeah. That was way longer than
That was awful.
that was so.
That was awful.
Yeah, it was like, and I was in too deep, and I just had to keep pulling, and it was like one of those magic tricks you see the clowns do, where they keep pulling the
God, I
rope,
hate
but it was
Those are so annoying.
mosquito, and there was blood everywhere. It was awful.
Yeah, no, that sucked. Yeah, that was awful. But yeah, no, she pulled out just fine. That's great. I'm not dead. Got a knife. That's cool.
All right, well, I'm glad you are not dead and okay.
Yeah, we should make sure you stay okay, though. Dying is heavy.
Yeah.
Be careful with that. Don't be like Hadrian.
Yeah, I would prefer
Don't get
not to
used
die
to
again.
Yeah, let's not go for 3. That's not a good one.
After the ride's over, I come walking back and I'm like, oh god, that was fun. What are you
No,
guys
you're
up
still
to?
on the ride. No.
You're still riding.
What's
You're not
everybody else
done
doing?
Oh, I didn't know
Honey
how long
Badger's
the
slow
ride
as
was.
shit. Don't worry.
Yeah, the honey badger, baby.
Don't give a shit.
They don't give a
What are
shit.
the rest of you doing?
Farah's gonna just kind of wander around.
Yeah.
I don't think he's really ever seen a big city festival, even thrown together like this.
Yeah.
And kind of just look at all the different shops and all the trinkets and I mean obviously he knows he doesn't have any money, but he's curious in kind of the social aspect of it.
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
29.
You're the worst.
Sorry.
Looking, no, you're great. Looking throughout the town, you're really taken back about the community feel of these people. It reminds you so much of festivals at home, but so much bigger and so much grander than you ever had in scale and scope. Even with no money, though, you find there are tons of free stations, purposely so, that they make a concerted effort that people aren't left out of community experiences just because of the misfortunes of their financial status, their health. There is places to help those that are disabled or maybe slow of mind. These are all accommodations of accessibility that seem to be still taken into account no matter how slapped together it is. There is so much symbology of the rising sun throughout here, with hope, with the endless determination and endurance of the people of Dawn Call, and a celebration of the soldiers, each of them with their names listed out in memorials that have been tributed to them out in the square. It looks like they'll be taking it in the final, you know, tombstones of sorts to their resting places. They're like rising suns, in the sense of just like a semicircle of what the headstones for these are of the people. But it's trying to be a celebration of the lives of these individuals that protected the area. The shops have a very homemade feel to a lot of them. It's these skills and trades of people, and a lot of artistic talent seeps through, of crafts and toys they make for one another, for kids, clothing. Despite it being a military town, it seems very difficult to even tell. There is a concerted effort to make this a livable, hospitable place and not a place of utter military utility. The festival itself has banners and streamers of golds and whites everywhere. People have all very modest clothing on for the like robes, and even have like almost celebration attire of these greens, whites, and silvers with the Dawn Call symbologies on it. It's just an absolutely lovely scene, as there's little competitions going on that they could set up, card games, arm wrestling competitions. But you do notice an individual who is off to the side by himself, smiling, completely content and happy, with it looks like there's two different owls sitting on their shoulder. They have the same type of robes like everybody else does on for Dawn Call, but theirs is a little off green, their color. It's a little, it would be very difficult to tell, but you're like, that doesn't look quite like everybody else's.
Yeah, I guess I will kind of meander over that way to kind of step out of the way as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then attempt to make small talk. They're like, oh, fun festival.
Yes. Yeah, yes it is. Are you enjoying the festivities?
I've never seen anything quite like it. It's very extravagant. In kind of what I know.
Oh, are you not from around here?
No, not quite. I came here with some friends, and you know, we're enjoying the hospitality of it. Are you from here?
Yes, born and raised. You see, he looks incredibly old. It's very short and tightly cut, white beard, tight white cut hair. His eyes are this beautiful, beautiful blue that's like that faded stone type of look. Wrinkles among his face with laugh lines and spots. He looks very frail as an individual. And the owls on his shoulders, you get the sense one is arcane in nature, while the other is a real living creature, as the two of them sit on his shoulders. This has been one of the greatest places I've ever known. Well, it's the only place I've ever known. I haven't done much traveling outside Dawn Call in my time. I'm so happy that you've had a what looks to be positive experience with our little festival here. We do these things to keep community spirits up in times of tragedy. I do apologize if you've heard anything about that. It's terrible, but inevitable in life, unfortunately, but we're there for each other. It's the way.
Is all of Dawn Call like this? So open
yes.
and hospitable?
Absolutely. It should be anyway. The closer you get to the borders, there's a mix I found in my time, and you try to, let people live their lives. If we believe in the human spirit, then, the being spirit, they should be able to express themselves how they see fit, and sometimes it wanders farther away from our way than I would so like. But that's okay. People, the further south you go, the more you'll find this is our world. And this is how we treat one another. There's nothing we want to do for another struggling life, because all life is valuable.
agree. I like your owls.
Thank you. I used to have many owl friends, but these are the latest that stay with me. This one is Moonrise, and this one is Sunset. As he shows you the two of them, they have matching colors. One is a white with black spots, while the other is a brown with yellow, like not spots, but it'd be like on the edges of the wings. Looks like little yellow streaks is the word I'm looking for. One of them flies over to your shoulder and kind of rubs the head up against you a little bit, and you feel a warmth from the owl and just a general goodness that radiates from this person. Oh, so rude of me. What's your name?
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, my name is Far. What is your name?
It's wonderful to meet you, Far. My name's Isaac, as he reaches out and shakes your hand.
Yep, Far kind of returns it. I was like, oh, it's good to meet you. I hope you have a better rest of your day than the cause for all of this.
Yes, it is troublesome. It's why I came into town and tried to bring some of the good spirit. It seems everyone's getting a big kick out of my honey badger friend.
Oh, is that you? That's incredible. I've never seen anything quite that size, and it's so friendly. Like just letting people ride it.
I got her when she was just a pup, about this big, from my long past caretaker. Absolutely lovely being. Took great care of me. And this was part of one of my dearest friends who's been around for basically my whole lifetime, and she just kept growing. But she knows when to treat people with the utmost delicacy, and also when to defend those that are in need.
Yeah, well, it was really good to meet you. And then Fire kind of picks up, a stone or something that's kind of nearby.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna cast Stone Shape just to kind of make like a little box that opens, and it'll have like that honey badger and the owl on the outside, and then
Aw.
give that to him.
That is incredibly kind of you. And he goes in his pocket and he reaches out and he gives you a hand-carved symbol of Dawn Call, but it looks way different than the one that is ubiquitous throughout the kingdoms now. This looks like a really, really old-looking symbology for Dawn Call.
This is not the same symbol I've seen everywhere. It's familiar. It's similar, but it's not the same.
You have a keen eye, Far. Yes, that would be the very first symbol that the people of Dawn Call once kept, my family sigil.
Oh, that's your family sigil. That's amazing.
Thank you. We try to do our best with these lands, and I try to keep a low profile.
Trust me, I don't like to talk to people in general, so.
Well, you're a good conversation nonetheless.
I appreciate it, and I wish you the best. Again, I found nothing but hospitality in the lands of Dawn-Call.
Then I will continue to do my job. I was given a gift, and I will continue to try and spread what kindness I can with it.
That's a good motto. And then he kind of walks off.
You got it. Evelyn, your honey badger ride ends, and it was the best goddamn giant honey badger ride of your life.
Yeah. So I just after that I just come strolling over to Killian and Abel, and I'm like, oh my god, that was amazing.
Oh yeah, do you like it just walking around there?
Oh, it was. It's undescribable how fun that was.
Well, I'm happy you enjoyed it then, I guess.
What are you guys up to?
Got back from the Astral Sea.
Yeah, just
We're
casual.
over there.
Yeah, you said you got. I kind of didn't have time, but you said you met a merchant and he gave you a diamond.
Yeah, you know that.
Two actually, two.
Two
Yeah,
diamonds.
Yeah, I got one. You got one.
I got a bag of holding.
I got this potion of fire giant strength.
What? Wait, what? Okay.
And I got some candles.
That's true. The scented candles, those are important. I don't know what set yet, but we'll find out eventually.
Huh? Those might be good for like just doing kind of like some rituals or meditation, probably.
Or just some ambiance. Have you ever just been in a boring room with no fun smells? Boring.
I mean,
Smells.
bad smells don't bother me much. I've been around them.
Let's put a pin in that one too. We'll get to that later.
Is there anything else you guys would like to do?
I'm content. I got my honey badger ride.
Hey,
I think that's all I want to do.
Okay.
are there any fun like other games being made, like sideshow games? I don't know.
True,
I just
yeah.
haven't-
Not
Like,
so
like-
much. It's more just dancing and entertainment. It's not so much competition in games.
mhm.
Card games and typical dice games and stuff like that to a degree, but it's not the focus. It's more like the people that are just like, nah, I'm not doing the young kid shit. Screw this, and then the old people are doing their thing. So that's kind of the feel for the games per se and competitions. Everybody else is just trying to have a celebration of life.
Alright.
How
Well-
much time until the Rasmus teleportation?
6 hours, we'll say.
Alright.
You guys could always check on Mahua and his broken.
No, I was about to say Killian would be like, I think I need to go check
I-
on Mahua.
I'd
He
be
kind of
like,
walked
oh.
off. That might have been the best idea. Forcing him to take a leap of faith he didn't want to do. That might not have been the best idea, was it?
Hey, you guys
Um,
got Mahua to go?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He didn't. I don't know how he took it. He was very.
Yeah.
Well,
Probably go- I'll go see if he's back in the room. Abel, do you want to come with, or just
Yeah,
want to do? All right. Hey, Adrian, what about you? You want to come with, or you staying with? I don't even know where Far went.
Wait,
He's
is
just
Avalon
gone.
going with you?
Oh no, Evelyn, you want to stay here with Hadrian and do whatever?
I mean, I guess I can look for Fire and let him know where we're going. I'd
Okay,
hate
you and Hadrian go find Far. We'll go look at Mahua, see if he's fine.
Sounds good.
Killian and Abel walk off, I guess.
Yeah. All right.
I guess I walk off with Hadrian to look for Fire.
How about
Okay.
you go find Far? I'll catch up to you in a few.
Oh, all right. Don't have too much fun. Then I walk off.
Yep.
Sinister things are occurring.
I want to pickpocket somebody really badly. I really feel the urge.
The urge to do something bad now they don't have a bomb in your
Yeah.
neck.
Now that
Okay,
there's no
Adrian.
bomb,
Try it. You got
You want to
inspiration.
pickpocket somebody?
It's
I wanna
true.
pickpocket somebody,
Give
and
me
I
a
have
sleight of hand check.
inspiration.
I need to get better at
Give me a
using.
stealth
I need to
check
get
and then
better
a
at
sleight of
using
hand
my.
check.
Give me a second.
I need to get better at using my inspiration because I keep forgetting to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Far,
never use
Far
it.
needed it today.
The only reason I used it today is because I needed it.
Yeah.
I got a natural 20,
Yeah.
and I get plus 11 to
Yep.
sleight of hand.
Okay.
Anyone.
Okay.
Oh my
There's
god.
blood.
So that's for your stealth or sleight of hand?
That was sleight of hand.
Okay, now stealth first, then sleight of hand.
So, wait, would that be my stealth
No,
check?
no,
then?
you roll that for your sleight of hand, so that's fine. So 31 for the sleight of hand. Do
Stealth would be a 19.
19. Okay. As you come up to an unsuspecting individual, what are you trying to pickpocket off them?
Gold money.
Money. Money. Money.
As you go up to the individual, and you begin to lift their coin purse off their very pocket, an individual grabs your wrist.
Oh,
Wow. For that 31, that's crazy.
that's unfortunate, ain't it?
Oh, I don't think you want to do that. As you see an old man with a really slim cut white beard, cut hair, sunken
Yo,
in
it's one
face,
It's
Yes.
Owl Man.
2 owls on. He's like, "Are you in a tough spot, young lad? I can help you out if it's coins you need." As he ushers you away from the individual, trying times hit us all, but it's not a reason to steal from one another. Here. And he hands you a bag of gold. He goes, "You take that and no questions asked. Just be kind to others."
Can I insight check this guy to see if he's being genuine?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright.
The first time Hadrian tries to do something bad in the campaign, he immediately gets caught.
Poor choice for him, where and when to do it.
Where? I felt the urge. I got like a 12 on
I
the
got-
insight.
He seems incredibly genuine. Almost like you feel guilty. Like this guy is like you've never met this individual, but he has this incredible sense of charisma to just like, man, if my dad was 1/8 this man was, maybe I wouldn't have turned out the way I did.
If Sordin was 1/8 as nice as this guy, man.
I guess I'll take. I can like open it to see it's gold, right? Like
Yeah, it looks like a lot of gold.
it looks like a lot of- I'll
Yeah.
take it. I'll like give him like a deadpan look and start going the other way.
He just sort of nods after you,
Oh.
and
Mission failed successfully.
Yeah, task failed successfully, yeah.
you can add 100 gold pieces to your inventory.
That rat.
Do I end up finding Far at all throughout this crowd?
Like, by the way,
Yeah, you do.
this is
And
failing upwards.
what do you? Yeah, you find Far on the outskirts, no longer he's just observing and taking in all the culture.
I just stand next to him. I'm like, pretty crazy, huh? I haven't seen anything like this myself.
No, yeah, I haven't seen it either. Didn't you grow up in cities though? Like, I feel like this would be similar.
My hometown was kind of like a secluded small village in the woods. So I was in the city, but circumstances and led me to basically kind of live on the outside of it. I was never actually part of anything like this, so this is all new to me, and it's amazing.
And it sounds like we're in the exact same boat there. Back home, all the festivals, it was all strength competitions and, all those different things. Here, it seems to be a little bit more open and accepting.
Yeah, it's crazy. The only thing our village ever did was we had a yearly, I guess you could call it kind of like a festival, but it was more like a feast in the honor of the Raven Queen. We would celebrate it once a year because our village had let's just say it wouldn't have been around for as long as it did if the Raven Queen didn't intervene many years back. So as a community, we would all come together and give her some offerings, and then celebrate in her name, and that's about as much celebration as I ever experienced. So
Reed, can I roll, I don't know, a history check to see if it's common for places like this to all do one deity, or is it like a big city is multiple deities, but for smaller places?
Yeah, go ahead and make a history check. Sure.
it's a cult. No, just kidding.
Oh, the cult.
12.
It's very typical for cities to not only celebrate multiple deities, but to have like dedicated districts that have clerics that take up residence to try and convert people or practice sessions for the many deities inside the pantheon. For smaller villages, it's more kind of like a resource issue, and that you sort of just get surrounded by the same 200 people or so. You're all kind of committed to the same way of life, and so having a singular deity or lack thereof to support unifies these type of communities. So normally an outcast would be somebody who doesn't have the same deity in a small city or a small town. Large cities, no one's on the same page. Smaller places, it's pretty uniform.
So Far kind of turns to Avalon and goes, what did the Raven Queen do for your town?
So many years ago, there was a big plague that hit our community, and it was just this constant sickness. It was killing lots of people. We were worried it was actually going to wipe out our whole town, and we actually had a champion of the Raven Queen stop by, and she cured everybody and blessed our home, and got rid of the scourge. And so ever since then, the whole community banded together, and basically we dedicated ourselves to the Raven Queen and thanked her, and we've all it was kind of just a universal, she saved us, so we just give back with what we could.
that's amazing. You know, it's cool that you have kind of proof of someone looking out for you.
It's and especially coming all the way out to where we were, we had some merchants stop by, get stuff we couldn't get ourselves, but I mean, for the most part, we were pretty self-sufficient. So having having a champion come all the way out there to help us, I mean, that was really something for our town.
Yeah. So there's something I want to do before we leave. So I'm gonna go and do that. If you want to come, you can. It's gonna take a bit. But I just want to try to help the community that has, been so helpful to us so far.
Ooh, I'd love to do that. Sure.
I mean, did you say we have about 8 or 9 hours till the teleporting?
I said 6, but
Ooh,
how long does it take for your
8.
thing?
8.
8. I can say based on like the time difference, yeah, you can get your 8. You'll come close. You can just for the rest of your time you can do this because we can play around with like when you guys split off, when certain conversations happened.
Yeah, basically, I want to go out to kind of where I don't know if there's farmland all surrounding, but main farmland.
There
and
is like plateaus that are specifically made up in the mountains for the farmlands here.
Perfect. I want to go as close as I can to those without, trekking too far.
Sure.
And then cast plant growth over 8 hours. So any half-mile radius centered on a point becomes enriched for 1 year, yielding double the amount.
As you do this process over these long 8 hours, you feel strain, but you do not feel exhaustion as this good deed fills you with an energy and excitement. And it's almost as if you can feel the gaze of something else out there in the distance. And when you finish these 8 hours, you are confident that they will have at least a year of prosperity and their growth inside Dawnguard. And it gives you this just sense of pride, energy, strength. And you feel presence with you for but a moment, and then it leaves. You may add a 5 hit points to your character permanently.
Ooh.
Yep. What a
Oh,
man.
yo.
Let's go.
Impressive.
What being a good person does to a man.
Nah.
Take notes. Take notes.
Yeah, take notes. Take notes. Gotta min-max. Nope. Gotta start doing good things.
Min-max.
So the
Min-max.
others, you guys go to find Mahua, who is maybe in his room. Are you in your room, Mahua? In the room with everybody?
I would have either been back in the room or if I ran into one of like Rasmus's guard, been located like closer to where the send-off point is gonna be.
At the moment, you didn't run into any of the guards because of how early you left, so you'd just be chilling in the room at this point, and then you'd probably start stirring it a little bit, but they'll get to you before then. You walk in and find Mahua. How do you present Mahua?
Just sitting on one of the cots, just kind of looking down, elbows on my knees, just kind of hands clasped.
You good?
What? Yeah, what?
I said, are you good? You seem out of it after your trip.
It's nothing. It's nothing to be concerned of.
You sure?
Could Killian get an insight check on if he's simply very shaken up by his trip or just now renewed focused? Like he's concerned or more just now focused, I guess.
Go ahead and make an insight check. You can make a... Well, first his insight check.
22.
You can try and make Hunter a deception or persuasion check depending on what the truth is.
Based on that roll, you get the impression that there's something unlike what you see Mahua. He's usually got an energy to him that is definitely lacking right now.
I'm sorry if we forced your hand and if it's our fault since you didn't want to go, but if you ever need to talk about it, I'm
Yeah.
sure we'd be happy to help listen.
I won't pry too much, but yeah, if you ever need someone to actually, just sit down and listen to what you got to say, we're both here. We're both willing to hear you out.
I appreciate the sentiment. I'm not looking to discuss it right now, but
That's all right.
and it wasn't your fault. Is what it was.
All right.
But the important question: did you go to the Astral Sea?
Thinking really long and hard about this one.
Yeah, he's.
Well, what do you have to say for yourself, Mahua?
All of a sudden, the office in the room. What? How did he get here?
It probably was.
Progress.
That's progress. At least we can say we've all been, so we all at least know what it's like for a benchmark.
How big a dick move could I be if it wasn't, though?
It was the closely related but not quite the same astral lake.
Yeah.
Not the same thing.
Yeah, not
Technically false advertising, but nobody really knows the difference, so you can get away with it.
Yeah.
Even the guy that talked to Mahua couldn't tell the difference.
Is there anything else anybody wants to do before we end tonight's session?
I think Hadrian's the only one that has.
Level up to level 20.
No.
I cast Power Word Kill on Abel.
the heel turn. The Killian secret villain twist.
I've done it. I've set it
I
up
think
perfectly.
then that is where we'll end tonight's session. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you guys for coming out to the live stream. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for the donation, Mr. Drown. You're the absolute best. And we'll see you for our next session. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird. Yeah, there's a lot of graduations. I'll send out the stuff coming. A lot of busy weekends. So I will get back to everybody soon.
What did the scented candle smell like?
We don't know yet. We haven't used them.
A
We haven't used
variety
them.
of things. And you know what? Because you asked, you notice there's strange inscriptions on all these scented candles. And we will end the session there.
Ooh, something to